$15 a month with the Preferred Partner Plan. And be ready for the first heat wave. AirComfortService.com.
Annie Frey, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Ray.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
Well, happy Wednesday. Good to be with you this afternoon. It's going to be one of those days. Ryan just walked in. He goes, has that light always been there? It's this gigantic light that is shining upon me to make me look much more angelic than I actually am. And you didn't know it was there. We've been here for a few weeks. You've been here a little less.
Well, I don't ever look at you.
Thank you. It's in my contract.
Wouldn't that be something?
I don't permit it.
Year 7, Ryan can no longer look at me. He makes me feel weird.
He must look up and to the right.
Which I am now, because now I do feel weird.
Yeah, and that's where the TV is. So if you're looking at the YouTube live, it looks like you're looking up and to the right. Hey, Brad, can we get the TV on over here if you don't mind? Did you follow the California races last night?
Yeah.
Something boiled up in me last night.
Okay.
So I was my son had a scrimmage baseball game because they mostly play at 16U. They mostly play weekend tournaments for baseball. Well, in intra-club, they had a scrimmage at the Grizzlies stadium. So I was out there, but it was
that's cool.
Yeah. I said I would rather watch him scrimmage these boys and just like chill every time, which means he should probably be in rec ball if it were for me.
Did you get in the hot tub out there?
I took a picture and sent it to
Did
you.
you? Oh,
You didn't
I
get
didn't
it?
see that. No.
I put it in our group DM.
Oh, I did not see that.
I want you to pull up our group DM, and I want you to read on the air here in just a minute what I shared with it. We can give that backstory a little bit. But I had some time yesterday where I wasn't fully engaged in the game. I think my son even actually played for the other team because he was going to pitch, so they wanted him to pitch against his own guys, whatever. So I was 50% engaged is probably aiming a little too high. I tried to pay attention to when he was doing something. But I'm scrolling through Twitter, and I'm trying to kind of get my sea legs on where is Spencer Pratt going to finish. Because if he finishes 4th in this thing, it's going to be grossly disappointing. And I said to my husband last night, I said, this reminds me of when the lottery is up to $1 billion+. You're not somebody who plays the lottery. You're not somebody who is really a gambler. This is not the world that is for you, but you heard that the winnings is huge. So what do? You go spend $20 on a few lottery tickets because you can't win if you don't play. So you get in there and you get your ticket. And Ryan, you have a little bit of hope to the point where eventually you've thought so much about what would I do if I won this money. You're actually disappointed when you don't.
Yeah.
Foolish to think that you were ever going to be a bazillionaire because of the lottery, but you decided to dip your toe in and play almost just for the thrill of it. And as I was sitting there at the field, just kind of reading through X and trying to get some work done, I'm like, is this the lottery ticket? Is dabbling in California state politics the lottery for me? Have I been hoodwinked into thinking somehow or another that there's a big win here?
So because you're dreaming.
I'm dreaming, California dreaming. And if you're looking at what's going on in California and it makes sense to you as to why any particular outcome might happen, that doesn't have any bearing on reality, on who's going to show up in a primary. In California, where they have a jungle primary, which means, I don't know, I heard something like 40 or 60 people were running for governor or something like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Were you running for governor in California? I think you should have.
My name was on the ballot. I wasn't running.
Would have. Yeah, I nominated him.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I was a write-in.
I was sitting there thinking, I was getting a little mad at myself for even thinking that this could actually possibly happen. Because what are the ramifications? First and foremost, if Spencer Pratt or Steve Hilton make the top 2. All the way into the midterms, California is having a conversation about what if we had options here. All the way into the midterms, California has to ask themselves the question, do we want more of the same? The chance of them voting, yeah, we'd love more of the same. The chances of that happening are pretty good. It would be shocking if Spencer Pratt becomes the mayor of Los Angeles. It would be incredibly shocking if Steve Hilton becomes the governor of California. But if they win to get out of this primary, this jungle primary, and they finish in the top 2, the conversation continues. And if you look at what Spencer Pratt has been doing in California, his conversation is a national conversation. It's something that the whole country is involved in, if not just as a voyeuristic experiment, because people want to look and see if Californians choose poop on the streets. You doubling down on number 2 there in California? Because we all think you kind of are, but you got the opportunity. It's right there in front of you. You have a choice. What do you choose? A lot of Californians have already made their choice, and they've moved away. They've taken up and relocated because they can. They are portable. They have the ability to do that. Right now, the Californians that want to stay have a choice to build a better tomorrow so that they actually can stay. So I buy the lottery ticket. And I'm sitting there thinking about who I'm going to bless first with my millions and millions.
You're dreaming. You're thinking, man, maybe I could get a Telluride and a she shed. You're spending that capital.
Ryan, don't confuse your dreams with mine.
These are things that we all want, but especially you.
I know what I'm getting you now.
A she shed?
Yep. With crafts.
As long as it's pretty.
It'll be beautiful. Scrolling through, and of course the polls don't close. I think they closed at 9:30 our time. It's going. There are no results. It's getting like within an hour of polls closing. And then you start seeing these reports of, don't forget how long it takes California to count the votes. And don't forget all the ballots, the mail-in ballots that are going to come in at the end. And they're showing expectations of Steve Hilton, I think, is in first place right now. That could totally have changed. That could change at any point during the day that these numbers could shift. But Steve Hilton, he did fantastic last night. And Spencer Pratt was 6-8 points up on Ramen, who Jesse Waters calls noodles. And I think that's funny.
It is funny.
And I'm sitting here going, well, this looks like these two are going to make it. I want the conversation to continue. That is a national service that is being done by politics in the state of California. If this conversation continues, if we get a Democrat and a Republican, if we get to compare notes truly from party to party on how to make California great again without being too MAGA about it, that's an incredible opportunity for the country. It also means that the Democrats aren't going to be able to stop funding races in California because they're going to win it one way or the other. If you've got Spencer Pratt doing Spencer Pratt things in Los Angeles and it bleeds into all of the California races, and Steve Hilton has made the case in a very gentlemanly way, I might add, that he should be the governor of California, then some of those dollars that the Democrat Party have to go to California. This is the great error of Illinois politics. We have so few races that actually end up with Republican contenders that the Democrats only have to actually fight in like maybe three districts across the state. If you show up to at least lose the fight, kind of like the lottery ticket, that's the only shot at winning. You can't win if you don't play. But I started to get mad last night reading these posts on X talking about 3 a.m. mail-in ballot dumps. I started to get real mad. And that's because that is an issue that I don't really talk a whole lot about on this show because it's so divisive. I think a lot of people think of the 2020 election and they think, Annie, that's water under the bridge. It doesn't really matter. The reason why it actually matters, what actually happened, and I'm not here to say that Donald Trump did win 2020 or that Joe Biden did steal 2020. I don't know. We weren't even allowed to ask the questions. And we're still kind of in the denouement of, we don't talk about Bruno. I had to say that. It's Joe Biden's code word. Wouldn't that be funny?
I think Bruno? It's Hunter.
a funny Hunter story here in a second. But I realize last night how angry I am that I don't trust the election system. I don't trust it when Democrats are in control of elections. Oh, but Annie, Republicans cheat too. If you're going to say that, will you please obviously admit that you just said Democrats also do? Like, is this a both sides issue? Election cheating? Was 2020 the most secure election in the history of our country? I don't think it was. But I don't know how bad it was. But I do know when California stretches out the election, stretches out the counting of the ballots, I just don't trust it. I don't trust it because I don't have enough information. And when you're not allowed to ask questions, you don't have answers that provide you with evidence to prove your premise true or to debunk it so that you can go, oh, I thought this, but I was shown the facts, and here it is. The length with which it could take for the final results of these California elections to be determined is too long. It's too long. We are a civilized, we are a first world, we are an advanced country. We do lots of crazy things technologically. We should be able to count votes and have a result by the end of the night. That's just the way it is. It's the way it should be. And I realized last night, again, in my dabbling of how mad I am at the taxes that I'm going to have to pay when I win the lottery, things that don't actually matter to me because it's not going to happen to me. I'm sitting here just wondering, what kind of funny business is California capable of in an election like this? And I don't know the answer. Maybe the answer is none. Maybe California is the most secure election state that there is. I doubt it. But I don't know because we're not supposed to talk about it. It's very frustrating. Right now, Fox is reporting that it looks as though Hilton and, was it Becerra, are the two projected to move on from the California governor race. If you went to bed at 11:30 on election night 2020, you knew what was projected, and then everything changed. I just don't trust it. I know you're a big believer in the election system run by Democrats, Ryan.
Well, I just don't think that there's any way to cheat it. And I've been very vocal about that, sometimes to the exact opposite extent of what I just said. But you just never know, do you?
The YouTube poll for today, with just over 150 days, 153 to be specific, 153 days to the midterm elections, how much are you following day-to-day politics? How plugged in are you? More than ever, about the same, less than usual, trying to avoid it. Please vote today in this poll. And, summer is upon us. You want to be outside. You want to be soaking up that vitamin D. How much do you like? But first, let me check X. Let me get the latest on the polling numbers for said race that you're interested in. How plugged in are you? YouTube.com/@AnnieFrey, and our text line is open. Text us at 314-241-9797. Representative Mary Miller next. So I want to talk to you about the Funny Bone this weekend. We've had some great guests coming through the St. Louis Funny Bone here lately, and this weekend it's no different. Are you familiar with Mr. Heitner, Steve Heitner? You might know him as Kenny Banya on Seinfeld. You've seen him on Mike and Molly, 2.5 Men, and Friends. He's Steve Heitner, and he is going to be at the streets of St. Charles this Thursday through Saturday. Now, a reminder, you can always go to stlewisfunnybone.com. That's stlewisfunnybone.com to get your tickets, to see the schedule, to see who's coming up. I'm usually telling you who's going to be here this weekend. If you're interested in seeing Steve Heitner, go grab those tickets before they're gone for the streets of St. Charles this Thursday through Saturday to see Steve Heitner. Big Seinfeld fan, this is a great opportunity for you. Also appearing at the Westport Funny Bone this Thursday through Sunday, it's the Ragin' Cajun John Morgan. He's open for Kathleen Madigan and Seinfeld, and he is going to be at the Westport Funny Bone this weekend. So all of the tickets, the schedule, everything you need, stlewisfunnybone.com.
License number GL250000615.
Hey, Dad, what causes drains to clog?
Grease, hair, soap scum, and tree roots.
Tree roots?
This town has old pipes and big trees. They find each other.
They grow inside pipes?
They bust into pipes.
Whoa.
Once they're in, the water stops flowing.
Can we fix it?
The big green grasser machine can fix any clog.
Green is always grasser at grasserhomeservices.com.
The ACA Marketplace has announced significant increases on their monthly premiums for 2026, with deductibles over $10,000. You can enroll with Greg Hammond's Freedom of Choice plans now. You don't have to wait. One of their plans lets you use any doctor, has zero outpatient deductibles, and it's 30 to 60% lower costs than most Obamacare plans. Other options are full coverage PPOs with national networks, copays, and 100% annual preventative care. Also, there's no income disclosure required, so no potential tax penalties. If you pay for your own health insurance, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive. Call Greg and they'll provide all available options. Call 314-794-7784. That's 314-794-7784. Or go to greghammonds.com. That's greghammonds.com. He can custom design a plan managed and chosen by you, not the government.
Mark Cox here from my friends at Zero Res. Summer is finally here. It's time to take advantage of Zero Res's best deal of the summer. They can handle every surface in your home. The carpets, the tile and grout, the upholstery and rugs, your air ducts and more. And right now you need to reach out to them because, listen, vacuuming is not enough to maintain the cleanliness and the lifespan of your carpet. Go to Zero Res, 314-474-2020 and ask for the 97.1 special.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're just so delicious with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Annie Frey is St. Louis conservative.
We can balance our budget, and JD's doing a great job with his team, and they've caught already hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud. And they haven't even gotten to California yet. California is very fraud. The whole thing is a fraud. The whole deal. Their elections are a fraud. Their mail-in votes are a fraud. But on the economic standpoint, if we find half of the fraud that's going on in this country, and we will, we're going to have a balanced budget very soon. Think of it.
It's amazing.
Which we haven't had for 30 years.
President Trump speaking with Laura Trump this weekend in an interview talking about fighting fraud. And here to talk a little bit more about that, our friend, Representative Mary Miller. She represents Illinois' 15th district, and she is on with us right now. Congresswoman, thank you for the time today. It's good to have you with us.
Well, thank you for having me and for giving me an opportunity to highlight the great work that President Trump and all of us Republicans are doing to root out waste, fraud, and abuse.
So talk to me about this bill that you are championing here, how you're being a part, bringing Illinois into the conversation through your representation on fighting this fraud.
Yes, well, we have a package of bills going forward. Thanks to Chairman Wahlberg and my colleagues on the Education and Workforce Committee. But my bill to Stop Child Care Scams Act, it's going to require Health and Human Services to issue penalties for fraud. In the past, it had been an option. And so what I've done is taken the existing bill and replaced may with shall. So we shall be cutting off funding to states such as Illinois that refuse to deal with the fraud in programs such as the child care.
Congresswoman Mary Miller speaking with us, and I know we don't have a whole lot of time with you here, so I want to get to the Illinois part of it. You have a pretty good idea, I'm sure, of what kind of fraud does and potentially could exist in the state of Illinois. How would Illinois be impacted on this?
Well, I can only imagine how bad the fraud is. Of course, J.B. Pritzker, who wants to be president, refuses to deal with fraud. He refuses to cooperate with the federal government. And this is just one of the many cases where, because they refuse to deal with the government, we are going to cut off funding to the state of Illinois. And, we're going to issue penalties for fraud. The Government Accountability Office has estimated that the fraud, the waste of federal dollars could be up to $500 billion a year. And we are talking abusing the American taxpayers. It's diminishing people's confidence in the government. But worse than that is the people that these programs are meant to help are not going to be able to access the help because people are stealing.
Well, we only have like 50 seconds left with you. How can people learn more about this particular bill and also become part of the process? Especially here in Illinois, we feel a little hopeless. The budget that they just passed, the next balanced budget, if you listen to Pritzker, but boy, doesn't sure feel like it here in the state of Illinois. How can we be involved in supporting this pursuit of fraud federally, but also in our state?
Yeah, well, first of all, we need to support good candidates. And we need to be mouthpieces and let people know that the Democrats 100% of the time have opposed transparency and accountability in the government. And that is the one clear thing that the American people want. So it's partisan. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it sure is.
We're on it. We are being aggressive.
That's why
route it out.
That's why we love having you on. You are a fighter there on Capitol Hill for us here in the state of Illinois and for all those people who are looking to rid our system of rampant fraud. Congresswoman Mary Miller, thank you for the time today. We understand you have to go get to a vote. So thank you for being with us today. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye. Every time I hear a story about rooting out fraud, I'm like, let's go. It's like the jersey that I want to wear. I don't care what color that jersey is. The get rid of the fraud, expose it as, when you ever pull weeds? Do you? You can't nod yes on the radio. What are you doing?
I'm listening because I don't pull weeds. I want to learn.
I wish you could see what just happened. I asked him a question and he just emphatically with his mouth closed, nod his head up and down. You ever tried to pull a dandelion?
Yard work. Interesting.
What is
this?
Do
tell.
Have you? You have to have.
Okay, once in a while.
Do you know what it's like to pull a dandelion out? The root never comes out.
Well, you got to really dig.
You got to almost get in there with the tool and rip it out of the ground.
Which I hate doing. It takes work.
But that's what we need to do with fraud, you see?
When I hear Mary Miller, because she's in the House, but you're talking about Dr. Oz just yesterday talking about this. Scott Bessent's been talking about it. Stephen Miller's been talking about it. Multiple government agencies all talking about the amount of fraud in different sectors, in different states, and they're all working together. And Scott Bessent's going to oversee making sure that those payments stop going out. That's very exciting because all of them are saying a key phrase in here that I perk up when I hear, and that is
sugar.
Nope, but it's close. Balancing the budget.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think they can fully get there with just rooting out fraud, but the amount that they're talking about gets you a lot closer.
If, gosh, I can't even think of a realistic Democrat who could win in 2028.
Pete Buttigieg.
Okay. He's probably, for me, the most stomachable of all of them.
Okay.
That's
not good.
Pete Buttigieg gets in there in 2028. Is he like, we're canceling all the fraud investigations?
Yes.
Yes?
Well, it's fully partisan. She just said that. There are not Democrats that care about rooting out fraud at all.
That's not true.
Which ones?
Voters?
No. Politicians. They will not get on board with it.
I don't think that will be popular at all. I think it would be politically perilous for them to come in and say, now they could do it quietly. And
they
then,
won't
of course,
say it.
Well, but that doesn't mean they won't do it. If they go investigation, and say we're done doing this, that is why we got to get the job done. That's why we got to see the thing all the way through. If, you probably agree with me on this, if for the last 3 years of President Donald Trump's term, 2.5 years maybe, if for the last 2.5 years, all they did was expose and purge and maybe imprison all the people who deserve it, who have committed fraud and theft of the American taxpayer dollar, if they were to put a stop to all of that, that would be a historically successful presidency in and of itself.
I don't agree with you on that just because it's you. but I do generally.
Thank you for your honesty.
I do generally like the idea of that. I just hate that it's come from you.
Psh, how do you work? How do you do this?
No, this is very exciting because it's clearly a priority for the administration. Every single agency right now, and this is Mary Miller, so she's talking about it from the House standpoint of trying to get more language passed through to enforce this more, which is great. But the administration itself, the executive branch, is taking this on head first. They're all going at it at the same time.
Do you remember when Kamala Harris was in charge of the border? Bang up job she did.
She did a pretty good job. Yeah. Why?
I got Trump elected. It's good for us. When it's just a very interesting comparison to me to be like, we're gonna put Kamala Harris in charge of the border, and it got emphatically worse over time. And Donald Trump has put J.D. Vance in charge of fraud, and he's all over the country.
Yeah, he is.
All over the country. And working in with every different cabinet member to be like, how is your area of the cabinet seeking fraud?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to me that the person who's kind of the leading voice on the fraud investigation is Dr. Oz with, what is it, Health and Human Services or something like that? Is that what he is? Medicare, Medicaid, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre to me that that's where you'd be seeing a lot of the people talking about it, but that's where the fraud is, at least that he's found. Okay, let's go through all the other areas and find out where the fraud is taking place there. I bet you there's fraud, waste, and abuse in the Department of War. Get it out of there. Wherever it's happening, It needs to go in a completely bipartisan way. Send it, ship it, get rid of it. All right. The YouTube poll for today is, with just over 150 days to the midterm election, how much are you following day-to-day politics? You can vote in the Annie Frey YouTube poll. You can also text us your thoughts at 314-241-9797. Back in a minute.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon. I'm with Stewie from Stewart's American Mortgage, and if you're thinking about refinancing, he has some great advice.
Mark, this is a great time to refinance. If you financed over the last 3 years, you're probably paying a higher rate. Take advantage now. Refinance with the Bagel loan. No closing costs, no title fees, no lender fees, nothing. Bagel looks like a zero, easy to remember. For those of you folks that are waiting on the sideline saying, hey, maybe the rates will go down more, I'm going to wait. Take advantage now. A bird in the hand's better than two in the bush. Refinance. Get the cash out you need. Get a lower rate. Maybe even go from a 30 to a 20 year and keep that payment the same, all with the Bagel loan.
And this is a quick process, right?
We close in 10 days. We send a notary out to your house to close, so you don't have to take off any time from work. It's easy. It's simple. Bing, bang, boom. Your home is the biggest investment you're going to make in your life. Deal with somebody local, somebody who has a reputation, somebody who has accountability. I'm here in town. You can call me or text me after hours, weekends, whenever it's convenient for you.
Call or text Stewie at 314-324-4440 or Google the Bagel loan. NMLS number 226715.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-887-4333. 314-887-4333. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-887-4333.
The YouTube live chat poll today is about your thoughts concerning politics. With just over 150 days to the midterm election, how much are you following day-to-day politics? Your answers could be more than ever about the same, less than usual, trying to avoid it. Let us know. It would definitely behoove us to know how much you're following the day-to-day of what's happening in the news every day. It is 12:33 right now. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
From Troy, Missouri to Troy, Illinois. 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Why don't you answer this poll question there that you just promoted, Ryan? We're asking people how plugged in they are to the midterms, all things politics. I don't know. It's been pretty tribal for a while. I wonder if people are getting a little fatigued, if you will.
I'm trying to take myself out of the context of doing the show and talking about the news every day and say it's really about the same or maybe even less than usual.
What about with the show? Is it because
the show it's about the same?
Don't you ever feel like it's a little bit more of a chore than I'm just trying to consume this as fast as I can?
Well, I would say right now, yes, because of Iran. And that's the problem is that the headline literally, I mean, looking at right now on Fox, the Chiron is Iran trade deal, fresh strikes, talks ongoing. We've been saying that headline.
I think they have a
for
hat
2 months
of Chiron options.
It's the same thing.
And they're all true all the time.
They are.
Talks ongoing. Iran is errantly striking rando places.
Yeah.
Trump says no nukes.
And if the answer is, hey, we're just going to basically put this thing all on hold and wait Iran out, then so be it. But the headline never says that. It's always talking.
Going into the presidential election last time, though, there wasn't enough for me to consume. If there was another story to read, I was reading it. If there was another show to watch, I was watching it. Every hour that passed, something could change. And I'm interested in this, genuinely would be doing this as a viewer, voter, taxpayer, not as a talk show host. But there's something about June that makes me go, do we get a little bit of a break from this?
We do.
But my job here is to ensure that you, yourself, as a listener to this show and as a listener to the station, are informed. But perfect example, Delaney Hall.
Is that a building?
You're on your way.
Gosh.
Delaney Hall. What?
He doesn't know Delaney Hall.
I don't. But Brad, that's my point. He offered up a guess. Brad offered up a guess like, oh, there was somebody that would have been good to talk about Delaney Hall. That's the New Jersey ice facility that does any of this ringing a bell? I don't think people listening to our show right now care about any of this.
I don't know this story.
There's an ice facility. There are protests. It's just like standard issue place protesters here and cause a ruckus and a big fit until we get everyone's attention and we stomp our feet till we get our way. And I don't care. And here's the reason why I don't care. Because Tom Homan's like, that ice facility is not going anywhere now, tomorrow, or ever. It's staying. And I'm like, good enough for me.
Yeah,
I don't want to watch. I don't want to talk about these protesters who are out there while they're protesting ICE. They're also like, but women's rights. And it's like, what are you doing with your day? How much time do you have to give to this type of a cause while you're trying to put food on the table for your family? I wonder if this is how you put food on your table for your family.
It might be. It's like the movie They Live. If you looked at a protest like that with the glasses on so you could really see what they were protesting, their signs would all read, looking for meaning in my life.
I think that they've discovered the meaning in their life. And it's just perpetual disturbance and anger because they're compensated for it. Now, I don't think that everybody who shows up at a protest is compensated. I think there are a lot of people who have actual deep-rooted heart issues that they are expressing there. But I think the paid people who are facilitating these types of processes are creating a ground where other people who are more genuine, more maybe honest and true about their purposes and intentions there, that gets conflated. But it's all funded. It's all manufactured. It's AstroTurf. And over and over and over again with these ICE stories. I mean, how many of you listening right now want to hear us spend 20 minutes talking about ICE and protests in Newark or wherever it is? How many of you are like, I can't believe they haven't been talking about this? There are people, I'm sure that you are out there and you've been thinking, I can't believe you haven't been talking about this. I just don't think that of all of the things that are facing you sitting right now in Bethalto or in Belleville or in, give me a B town in Missouri, go.
Bridgeton.
Bridgeton. Oh, my favorite.
Yep, mine too.
All of you people, I don't think you're sitting on the edge of your seat waiting to find out what happens next in Newark. And I feel like that is something that I could lean into as a conservative talk show host. I could come to you with that, and it would be really easy for me to show video. Actually, it's not easy because I can't usually show their video because it's usually too foul. Talk about these protesters. Then I explain why the border needs to be secure. Oh, wait, we did it. The border is secure. Every time Trump talks about it, he's like, they say there are 0 people coming over. I don't even trust those stats, but that's what even you guys are reporting when he's talking to the press. So I guess it's true. We've secured the border. I saw a statistic, and I don't know what the actual number was, but the takeaway was that the average person who has been deported from the United States, maybe in the last year, it used to be that the average deportee had spent like a day or days in the United States. It's now the average deportee has spent 3 years in the United States.
Oh, that's a huge change.
Isn't that an interesting stat?
Yeah.
So if I'm supposed to lean into this Newark protest that you, Ryan, haven't even really, it's not even come across your radar, and you're plugged into all of this stuff, to me, that just ends up being, gosh, I don't know if this is the right thing. This is where I really want your feedback as a listener to the show. Not you, Ryan, because you don't listen. On the poll.
I didn't even hear what you just said.
What? 314-241-9797. How much are you following day-to-day politics right now? We are 153 days away from the midterms. I would imagine in Newark, New Jersey, that ICE facility under protest and whatever, that's impactful on some local issues there. I understand that, but that's not happening right now in Florissant. If it were happening in Florissant, would it be a story here? Yeah, sure would.
Or another B town, Baldwin.
Baldwin!
And my apologies, but we both said we like Bridgeton better than you, Baldwin.
I love you, Baldwin.
We love you, Baldwin?
Yeah. The Baldwin is Brad's favorite B town.
Brad is my favorite B boy.
That's weird. Baldwin is great. I love Baldwin.
See, I told you. I already. Yeah.
Big fan.
And now everybody loves Brad.
Everybody loves Brad.
From Baldwin.
From Baldwin, specifically. It's just the B. You can weigh yourself down with all the burdens of the world. I don't actually think we're created to handle all of this information at one time. I don't think we're actually intellectually built to endure every angsty, dangerous, circumstance that's happening all over the country all of the time. I do think that we need to lean in heavily when it has to do with our community, when it has to do with our family, with our priorities, with our jobs, with the ability we have to afford the things we need to subsidize those priorities. But I could go 3 hours a day, I could go 5 hours a day, and I could serve up to you every single story that exists to make you mad at the other guys. And I just don't find value in that. Not right now. Maybe later, maybe in an election, I don't know. But not right now. Y'all feel the same? You have to let me know. 314-241-9797. Which segment are we in? 2? 3?
Number 3.
All right, well, we'll break now and give Wiggins America the time it deserves.
The time of your life. That's what you're going to have next.
Now, in radio, we like to do this little thing called a tease. And Ryan, if it's nothing else, it's quite a tease.
You're going to have the time of your life in the next segment.
No, you're going to have the time of your life, and that's very different. We'll be right back. Point Pest Control, point with an E, pointpestcontrol.com. Pests in your home, no more when you make that smart phone call. 636-798-0023 to Point Pest Control to get rid of those pests. If you sign up, as I am signed up for, a premium service plan, you're going to receive quarterly treatments that will keep those pests at bay all year around. And I am so grateful for them because we really do have, in the Frey home, a pest-free home. If you mention my name when you reach out to Point Pest Control, you're going to receive an extra 10% discount on the top of whatever specials that they have going on right now. So throw Annie out there when you call 636-798-0023. That's 636-798-0023. Ants, spiders, crickets, mice, all of those plus more you can get ahead of when you become a subscriber to Point Pest Control. 636-798-0023. You can find them online right now at pointpestcontrol.com.
Hey, St. Louis, this is Brian Kilmeade. You know, I always have a great time when I visit you guys, and I'm coming back this November. So join me, Brian Kilmeade, by getting tickets for the show at The Factory at 971talk.com/events.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-284-1238. 800-284-1238. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-284-1238.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. 97.1 FM Talk. St. Louis Conservative.
Hard to interrupt a jam like this. You said you had something to say about the thong song?
Yeah, I have something to say about the thong song.
Wait,
I had an issue with it.
Go ahead.
When it came out, which was 98.
You had an issue
something
with
like that.
it?
Oh,
1998,
yeah.
Ryan Wiggins had an issue with the thong song?
I've been holding on to this for a long time, too, because I was embarrassed to say it then because my friends would have been like, shut, what, are you kidding me?
You didn't know that thongs meant underpants.
Thank you. That's where I was headed.
Is it?
Well, I
You thought the song was about flip-flops?
No, when I was
Stole his joke, Annie.
When I was a kid, when I was a little kid, we used to call our sandals thongs.
Oh, we all did.
We all called them thongs.
Yeah.
And then the thong song comes out, and I'm like, oh, this is this cool song about sandals from this gentleman.
Why is he talking about dump trucks?
I don't know.
You don't want to wear your thongs around dump trucks.
And I told
Cisco.
everybody about the thongs that I wore and how they made loud noises. Flip, 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 flip. And for whatever reason, I was now uncool. I was a square.
I don't know that you should really say that as if that was a pivotal moment in your transition on the cool timeline.
Well, I was real cool before that.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to girls who had some interest in me because I was there and confident.
The prettiest girl in the school.
They didn't date me, but they would give me a moment every now and then.
You ever worn a G-string?
I've never worn a G-string, Annie. I've worn only a T-string.
Save that one for X's and Y's.
T is, never mind. I was going to tell you what the T's were for. It's a technical term for
technical things.
Is that dude wearing a T-string?
Remember when we went to break and I said that Ryan was a real tease and you said that this was going to be the best ever?
Yep.
We haven't even started the segment yet.
You're going to have the time of your life.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Play it.
Wiggins!
Oh, Wiggins!
A T-string? Is that a thing?
No, I just made that
I'm
up.
Googling it on a work computer while you talk.
Find it out. Yeah, and go to OnlyFans.
I was worried yesterday when I Googled clackers what I was going to come across. That's on you.
Old 80s clackers.
Ooh. Yep, that's a thing. Keep going.
T-string is?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
What is it? Share with the people.
Go on.
All right, stories that make you go, what?
What? T-strings.
The first one is over a dozen people emerge from the sewers in Brooklyn. An investigation is underway after more than a dozen people were seen entering and exiting from 2 manholes in Brooklyn, according to police last Friday. At least 7 people were seen entering the sewers via a manhole near McDonald Avenue and Collin Place around 11 p.m. on that Thursday night and emerging back at around 2 a.m. Friday morning. Authorities conducted a thorough investigation following reports of unauthorized individuals in the sewer system. They were not dressed as clowns. Annie. Social media picked up on this, and the New York Police Department and other agencies have completed their sweep, confirming they did not find any people, but that there are lots of people walking around in the sewers.
so lots of people walking around. It's the Foot Clan.
They did. Thank you. This is a Ninja Turtle story. Another group of 8 people has also been seen descending and ascending out of the sewers around 8 miles away in the street area of Hayward Street, wherever that is, in Brooklyn. They were seen climbing out of the manholes before 4 a.m. and escaping in a vehicle. So nothing to see here. Sure, that's all just fine. If you go down into the sewers, run out, get in a car, and drive away, sure, whatever you were doing was fine.
Uber.
Yeah, you were definitely not a spider or a clown.
122 and an 8.
Yeah, this is definitely a real story that would be reported in 1989 on the Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah.
Like, people were seen emerging from Brooklyn sewers. They were carrying katana blades. What are you laughing at? I did that whole story thinking you could gather yourself.
And I think she's...
What did you find?
Don't worry about it.
Are you still on T-strings?
You be a professional.
Is that still what this is? You are crying.
I'm laughing so hard I can't stop.
Can you just put it up on the stream?
No.
Did you know what this is too?
No, I'm just not willing to risk a YouTube ban.
All right, fine. Speaking
I've
of...
definitely seen T-strings on YouTube before. I don't think we're going to get banned for that.
Oh,
we might get banned for me talking about election fraud at the beginning of the show, but probably not the T-string.
Can I just ask a very innocuous question here?
I don't actually think you're capable.
Does it, and I'll be very, very careful here. Does it have anything to do with tea bags?
No.
Okay.
I just want to know why you were wearing one.
It was the 90s. And it was hot. Not like to look at. It was temperature hot. It was the summer. It was the thong song. And I was wearing my flip-flops and my T-string. All right. Speaking of Ninja Turtle stories, this is another story that makes you go,
what?
Leave turtles in the wild, Missouri officials warn. Do not take them as pets. This is a very Midwestern story. I think it's a PSA for everybody
cross the road?
in the area.
You stop your car and get out and help the turtle cross the road?
No, I don't help a turtle cross the road. They're supposed to get mutagen and fight me.
I help a turtle cross the road.
You did recently? Was
I haven't seen one, but the last time I would.
Was it like a 200-year-old turtle?
I didn't ask it. Just call me April.
How old are you? Oh, it didn't respond. How big was the turtle, Annie, that you stopped and helped across the road?
A little box turtle. You could pick it up with one hand almost.
When you set it on the other side, did it look back at you with a little smile?
Yes.
To say thank you?
It said thank you.
It said thank you?
Yeah.
Like the frog in the WB?
It said, I'm 88. I'm 42.
Thank you. That's not the way turtles talk, by the way. They have low, deep voices.
That's not true. You've never heard a turtle talk, but I have.
You're right.
Gotcha.
It's that time of year when spring rains and warmer weather bring wild turtles out onto the roads in search of food and mates. Annie? Turtles are widely admired by humans for their gentle nature. I love this article because it tells us why we love turtles. They often seem harmless and easy to care for, but Missouri officials warn turtles are wild animals and should not be taken from their natural habitats or kept as pets. Have you ever taken a turtle as a pet?
Maybe put it in a box for like an afternoon and then let it go.
Okay.
As a kid on the farm.
Ethan has taken a turtle as a lover, he told me. Next story, since he's not in the room.
What? He's in the chat. I can tell
He's
you.
in
Yeah. And he has responded.
It's okay. It was a ninja.
Ethan, those are foul words.
So LGBTQIA2 spirit plus sign equal sign all the other ones might be getting an extra letter.
Can we just call it the alphabet?
We could just use the whole alphabet, but I think they're using numbers and stuff now too. So
Oh.
yeah, you have to
We should say you can do that, but you have to say all the numbers.
and the ampersands and the @ sign and
Hashtag.
like whoops, we went too far. Every character on
What's
your
new?
keyboard will be used, including the upward caret and the downward caret. This is the new one. This would be a D, which stands for demisexual.
Did you lobby for this?
I didn't even know what it was until I found out I am one.
What is demisexual? I don't even know.
Demisexual means needing an emotional connection with someone before having intercourse with them.
What?
Can you believe it?
Can we? Let's just go back to that.
So apparently it's so strange among this crowd to have an emotional connection.
Emotional connection before you sleep with somebody?
There's got to be a name for this.
with somebody that they've had to name it demisexual, which according to Jackie Golob, founder of Shameless Therapy, says honestly, for straight heterosexual people who haven't explored their sexuality more, I wouldn't be shocked to see that demisexuality was more common in the future. A lot of times people...
Maybe because all of the other ways are incredibly unfulfilling.
A lot of times people want to have sexual intercourse, but have that emotional connection with people first.
This is novel.
This is a real article.
I can't tell if we're winning or we're just losing this bad.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether
this a
this is
win?
like, oh,
Is this
this
a
is
dub?
probably good. Wait, is it? We have to name it now to have an emotional connection with somebody? How to know if you're a demisexual? Well, Dominique Harrison, from a psychotherapist from the Racial Equity Group, I didn't know that could be a thing, notes some other signs. It says demisexual folks rarely experience sexual attraction outside of having an emotional connection with people. And clarifies, you shouldn't let demisexual define your behavior, though. Rather,
Yeah, don't be a quitter. You stick with it there, bud.
rather, the label should be reflective of your behavior because it reflects overall patterns rather than absolute. So don't let yourself be limited by what's considered, quote, normal for demisexuals. There's a lot more to this article.
Please feel limited.
But I don't think that we need to go that much further because there's like a whole list of here 14 signs you might be demisexual. I don't think we really need to go
pulse.
into that. Your romantic
You require
feelings.
oxygen and water.
Number 6 is your romantic feelings take time. Casual sex lacks appeal is number 2.
Gosh, it's almost as if you're not just supposed to only ever act on primal urges.
It is almost as if that's true.
What? Well, there's no way else to do this. Let's just talk to Deroy Murdock next.
Okay.
I'm going to let you handle this one. No?
No, thanks.
Caitlin Dorr from the White House as well in the 1 o'clock hour. Don't go away.
Is in crisis and there aren't enough caregivers to meet the demand. So if you've got a loved one with Medicaid and needs care, don't wait. Freedom Care was built for this moment. We help you get care at home from someone you already trust, a family member or friend who can get paid to help with everyday needs like meals, medication, bathing, and mobility. If you have Medicaid, it's 100% free to you. No waiting lists, just real care from your people right now. Freedom Care handles it all, training, payroll, and support, so you can stay safe and comfortable at home, and your caregiver gets paid after every shift, guaranteed. With 97% satisfaction and over 150 million hours of care delivered, St. Louis families are already making the switch to care at home. Take care of your own and get paid with Freedom Care. Call 314-248-2449. That's 314-248-2449. 314-248-2449. 314-248-2449.
Freedom Care, we're here for you.
HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com. That's the website. You can learn about all of the different services that Matt Hayes and his incredibly locally owned and operated business, his team there, the services they provide, they stand beside them. They have wonderful reviews, and they're ready to take care of your foundation concerns. If you have cracking in your walls in your home, if you've noticed that fine line in maybe the paint that has grown over time, you need to have your foundation checked out. You need to have Matt Hayes look at it to see what kind of shifting might have existed in the foundation of your home and get ahead of it before the bottom drops out, maybe literally. 314-271-9900 for peering fixes, for wet basement issues, for uneven concrete at your home, at your place of business that becomes a safety hazard and a liability for you. 314-271-9900. 314-271-9900. Online at HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Every year, almost 30,000 babies in America are born with birth injuries. It's every parent's worst nightmare. If your child suffered a birth injury, please call our firm to find out if we can help.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Ready for a fresh start? The Excel Center in St. Louis is here to help you earn your high school diploma, tuition-free and on your schedule. With convenient locations in downtown St. Louis and Florissant, you can learn at your pace with support every step of the way. Need childcare, career coaching, flexible classes? We've got you covered. Registration is now open. Don't wait to take the next step toward your future. Visit excel.mersgoodwill.org to enroll today. This community message has been brought to you by Together Credit Union.
Tony LaRussa here. Men, are you running out of stamina rounding third base? If so, call my friends at Victory Men's Health in O'Fallon, Illinois. Scoring at home is important, just as important as crossing the plate with the winning run. VictoryMen'sHealth.com.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
New details on a hostage rescue on Lisa Brady. Fox News. Police in California just out with more on a 15-hour standoff that ended during pre-dawn hours with the suspect dead and 10 hostages rescued at a building in downtown Bakersfield.
Around 4:30 this morning, an FBI, SWAT, and special response team out of Quantico stormed this bank building in downtown Bakersfield, and they shot and killed this individual who had tied up 10 hostages. He himself had a bomb attached to his chest and had attached 5 bombs to 5 of the hostages as well. He also had put some IEDs within this building.
Fox's William LaJeunesse says officers initially responded to a bomb threat in a school superintendent's office. The 41-year-old suspect, now identified as Anthony Scott Harris, had been dishonorably discharged from the Army and convicted in 2014 of a sex act with a minor.
Sources tell me that the suspect believed he was wrongly prosecuted, and this may have been an act of defiance or protest.
Harris had requested court documents which were delivered to him during the standoff. Escalation in the Middle East with Iran hitting Bahrain and Kuwait overnight as the U.S. launched what CENTCOM calls defensive strikes, accusing Iran of targeting commercial ships.
According to Kuwaiti officials, at least 1 person was killed and 63 others were injured. Damage from that barrage of drones and missiles forced officials to close down one of the airport's terminals, but have since reopened it.
Fox's Jeff Paul in Dubai. President Trump telling the New York Post Pod Force One podcast Iran's new Ayatollah has been directly involved in talks.
He is giving approval because that's the way it has been for a long, long time. His father and then him, I guess it's a succession. But we seem to be getting along quite well.
He's denied reports Iran has stopped communicating. America is listening to Fox News.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250 micro to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
I move mountains for a living. Literally.
That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
Pretty easy to take weather with a monster dome of high pressure right over the Midwest. Sunny skies, comfortable humidity, 81 degrees. Tonight, clear skies, 70s for evening plans. Delightful, 59 for the overnight low. Thursday, sunny. Warmer in the afternoon, 86. Friday, partly sunny. Couple of spot afternoon showers, but warmer, 88. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
The Annie Frey Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Air Comfort Service is proud to support NAMI St. Louis in their mission to improve the lives of those with mental health conditions. Visit aircomfortservice.com/community to learn more.
Annie Frey, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Ray.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
I'm not making that up, all right? Steve Hilton, too soon to call. You got about 58% of the estimated vote in right now, but a lot of mail ballots going to continue to come in for some time, and that's what slows down the counting. Hilton's got a slight edge here, about 2.5 points over Becerra. And Tom Steyer, by the way, Tom Steyer spent more than $200 million. Right now, he is in third place. But how does the state shake down here, all right? Hilton in red dominates inland, all right? Becerra in green dominates the coastline, and Steyer picks up a few counties down here around Santa Barbara. Let me pop out of California, one county down there around Santa Barbara. Let me top in here and show you what's happening in the mayor's.
So you got Bill Hemmer reporting last night at Fox News. The results as California closes the polls. You got at the end here when he was reporting this, 34.8% vote for Karen Bass, 30.4% Spencer Pratt. He's got to be pretty pumped about that. Nithya Raman, 22.3%. I guess this was maybe even from today. And as you listen to Bill Hemmer, he says what I was talking about at the beginning of the show and what we're all thinking. Got a lot of mail-in ballots still to count. We've been here before. I have a little, figurative PTSD from those ballots that get counted and counted and counted until the end result ends up benefiting the people who you figure that the mail-in ballots are supposed to. Let's get to our guest, Deroy Murdock, who is with us each Wednesday, nationally syndicated columnist, Project 21 ambassador, and Fox News contributor. Deroy, welcome back. It's good to have you.
And it's great to be with you again.
You are a would you call yourself a Californian? I know you kind of go both coasts.
Well, native California. I was born in Los Angeles, spent the first 18 years of my life there, but I've lived in New York since, August 87. So I came here for business school, which is a 2-year experience, and is now year 39 of my 2-year trip.
Well, then it sounds like that was successful. I mean, you've probably seen California, though, over those years. I'm sure you've visited and are familiar with the ups and the downs of the Los Angeles area and the state as a whole. You know, Spencer Pratt, 30.4% as of this reporting with Bill Hemmer. It says 63% in. I think that's a pretty incredible showing on his part.
Yeah, for a guy who is very, very clearly ran as a conservative. He didn't run as any kind of a moderate or rhino or squish or what have you. And he's done in Los Angeles, not just statewide, but to get 30% there is very impressive. And as you say, I hope he hangs on. My fear is, as you say, with the PTSD, I call it the magic ballots, which are not supposed to. The deadline wasn't to have them arrive to be counted as of 8:00 last night when the polls closed. The polls closed about approximately 18 hours ago, and we still don't know who the winner is. And this, to me, is just appalling. And now the mail-in ballots are allowed to come in as long as they're postmarked yesterday. They can float in for the next week until June 9th, Tuesday, June 9th. So, we may not have a winner, both winners declared here, and have this thing wrapped up until a week from yesterday, or maybe a week from right now, which is just crazy. And the thing to me, what's so frustrating about that is, the worst case scenario is that there are people right now as we speak, with the machines backdating to yesterday, and then have people filling out ballots and running them through to look as if they were legit, and then surreptitiously dropping them off at 3 a.m. when nobody's looking and counting them, and all of a sudden Spencer Pratt loses. I mean, that's the worst case scenario. But the best case scenario is that very legitimate people who have every right to vote, who are U.S. citizens and are registered to vote, decide, hey, I'm going to vote by mail, and they drop their ballots off last night at 6 o'clock. They get postmarked at 6 p.m. It takes a long time for them to get there because of slow mail delivery, whatever. And they get there, and they happen to be a bunch of Democrats, and Spencer Pratt, God forbid, loses. He comes in third and is not in the runoff. Not because there was anything wrong or anything unusual or anything illegal, but because it just took a long time for these mail-in ballots to show up. And that sort of thing over a week, while all these ballots are trickling in, people are going to think, okay, something funny's going on. It's a rigged system. This is fraud. This is criminal. And even if it's perfectly legitimate and nobody did anything wrong, the mere fact that it's 18 hours later, we don't know who won the election, it leads people to think, hey, somebody's cooking the books, somebody's playing games, somebody's in a basement filling out ballots, what have you. And that just corrodes confidence in our elections, and that eventually corrodes confidence in the faith in our constitutional republic. That's not good for anybody, which is all the more reason to clean up the voter rolls, all the more reason to make sure that people show photo ID, that only citizens vote, foreign citizens don't vote, only U.S. citizens, and all the more reason for the Senate to get off their butts and pass the Safe America Act so we can have, in congressional elections and so forth, federal elections not have this problem. Safe America Act does not affect local races, just federal races. But if that is in there, at least in federal races, you wouldn't have these, ballots trickling in, all this suspicious behavior, which is either suspicious but honest, or suspicious and criminal, and neither one is good for America.
Deroy, I'd be a little less suspicious if every single time funny business happens, it didn't benefit the same party.
Isn't it funny? Yeah, somehow or another, the magic ballots always work their magic to the benefit of the Democrats. I can't think of any example where a Democrat has been leading on election night and the magic ballots show up and all of a sudden, oh my God, look, after a week the Republican won. It's always the other way around, or almost always. Maybe there's an exception. I'd love to hear it, but it's almost always the same scenario. The Republican wins the election night, and then over the next 3, 4, 5 days, as the magic ballots show up, oh look, the lead has gone from 52% to 51 to 50 to 49.9 to 49.8. Oh, it looks like the Democrat won. I mean, it happens over and over and over and over. And even if you have 1 or 2 or 3 recounts, the usual protocol is you keep counting the ballots until the Democrat wins, and then once the Democrat wins, that's now the final and official count. That's always how it works. Keep counting until the Democrat wins, and then declare that as the final count.
Yeah, it's just so frustrating to watch. I was saying a little bit earlier on the show, Deroy, that I'm sitting here in the smack dab heartland, middle Midwest of the country, and California politics mean nothing to me, immediately, although I think that a lot of us are downstream from them. I am an Illinois voter and resident, so there is a little bit of a relationship that I feel like I have to California's lunacy. But I felt like watching Spencer Pratt and Steve Hilton run the campaigns that they were running, especially Spencer Pratt and the way he's been presenting himself, watching it, I liken this to when the Powerball gets to be like $1 billion. And I'm like, well, I can't win the $1 billion if I don't play. So I dip my toe into the California politics and I start having hope. And if you, the longer you are holding that Powerball ticket, the more you just think, yeah, what if? What if that happened? And I've been thinking about what happens. What if Spencer Pratt becomes the mayor, or even just finishes the final 2 and all the way into the midterms? For the entire national election that will take place in November, California is having a red or blue conversation instead of it's going to be a Democrat no matter what. Let's focus our attention elsewhere. There's so much hope that would exist if Steve Hilton in the governor's race and Spencer Pratt in the mayor race in Los Angeles are part of the conversation all the way into the midterms. I think this has great, great ramifications for the GOP going into November.
I think it's a very good point because obviously I want to see Spencer Pratt win. I want to see him sworn in as the next mayor of Los Angeles. But if he is in the runoff and he survives the magic ballots, and even if he doesn't win, but he's able to stand up and give basically a right of center, limited government, free enterprise oriented Republican conservative message on urban issues, not on, hey, what are we going to do about Iran? What are we going to do about foreign policy? But what are we going to do about a big major city? That's fantastic. Get those arguments into the mix, get those solutions into the mix. He will be able to inspire people in St. Louis or in New York or in Philadelphia, in Milwaukee to say, hey, Spencer Pratt had a terrific idea on, how we take care of homelessness. We say to people, look, you either, if you're from out of town, you got to leave. And if you are in town, we're going to put you into mandatory care, make sure that you get the attention so that you can get off of drugs and be productive with yourself. We're going to have beds available for people who need mental health. We treat homelessness not as, let's just build a building and everyone will move in, because a lot of these people, you could build a beautiful condo, give them the 4-bedroom penthouse, and they wouldn't know what to do with it because these people are psychotic. These people have serious mental problems and drug addiction. And just if the mere fact of somebody saying, hey, homelessness is not a housing problem, it's a mental health and addiction problem, and being that forthright and that serious, it allows people all around the country to say, hey, let's try this at home, try this in St. Louis, let's try this in Philadelphia, Milwaukee, Denver, wherever it might be. So I think these guys could do a tremendous job. I hope they win, but even if they just run and present the case for, California conservatism, Los Angeles conservatism, that's great for people in the center right all across the country.
Yeah. I mean, they wouldn't even have to say conservatism. They could just say common sense. And I think it would resonate across the country. I just want to, moving along with I've bought the lottery ticket. I'm living in that kind of purgatory where I have hope and have started to think about the taxes that I'll have to pay when I win this $1 billion. Like all of these thoughts that I'm having that'll probably end up it's all going to be moot anyway. California goes completely red. That's the day. It's more of a possibility today than it has been in quite some time. Tell me a little bit, Deroy, as a California native, the California economy is incredibly huge, incredibly massive. If California were to have common sense in the governor's mansion, common sense in Los Angeles, what does that do to the state of our union? How do they influence the being the benefactor of this country of having California with such a massive economy? What are the possibilities if those areas go red?
Well, I would say directly, if the California economy, which I believe is the 7th largest in the world, if I'm not mistaken, is governed by a Republican governor and is able to get deregulation and sensible spending and sensible tax policy, and the economy there grows. The mere fact that big a part of our economy, let's just say, pick a number, let's say instead of growing at 2%, grows at 5%, let's just say, that's going to lift the overall GDP, which is good for the economy overall. If people in California make more money and stay there because, hey, the tax situation's gotten better, I don't have to go to Florida, I don't have to go to Texas, I don't have to go to Tennessee, and they stay there and they stick around and pay their taxes with a higher income because things have grown. That is good for the U.S. economy overall. It's good for obviously for the state economy. But I think a little bit more indirectly, you'll have governors around the country who'll say, you know what, my state's a mess. Look what's happening in California. Let me try that. That's a great policy. Or I really like what California's done on energy. Steve Hilton has talked about $3 gasoline. One simple thing he could do is there's no such thing as gasoline in California. There's the LA blend, there's the San Diego blend, there's the Fresno blend, the San Francisco blend. So every city has its own, not small towns, but the major cities have different formulas for gasoline based on whatever their smog condition is or was. And so rather than have one refinery produce one product, which you can ship all around the state, they have to say, okay, today we're going to refine for San Diego, and tomorrow we're going to do LA for a few days, then we're going to do the Sacramento version. And so if all of a sudden the San Diego blend is low, they can't just say, hey, we're going to send you some LA gasoline. They can't do that. They got to sit around and say, all right, we can't produce any more San Diego gasoline until the middle of next week. So while the supply drops, guess what? The price goes up. So one simple thing that Steve Hilton can do, I don't know if he can do it unilaterally, we may have to ask permission of the federal government, and say, look, let's just have California gasoline. That's it. Or let gasoline be gasoline. And then they can produce as much as they want. And wherever there's a shortage, they just fill up a truck and send a few trucks there, rather than have to say it, hey, let's schedule a date when we're going to bring out the recipe for Stockton and make the Stockton gasoline or whatever it is. I mean, that alone would make it easier to supply gas stations all across California. I think that alone would bring gasoline down dramatically. Of course, once we get over the situation in the Middle East, which has pushed oil prices up so dramatically over the last few weeks.
Yeah, I think the opportunities are endless, and I'm hoping that maybe we're close enough to where this hope could actually materialize into some certainly benefit if it doesn't make it all the way across the finish line through November. But the more people are considering, maybe we don't have to live like this in California, the better it is for the country, because that continues to resonate throughout all 50 states, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, in the same way that when Rudy Giuliani was mayor of New York, the whole broken windows way of fighting crime, rather than, saying, oh my God, crime's terrible and it's all because of root causes, we can't do anything about this. People all around the country saw the Giuliani approach, which is you fight the small crimes, and very often the people committing the small crimes are also committing the big crimes. You go after the bad guys when they're doing the easy small crimes, rather than wait till they actually rape and kill people. And he did that. We saw, 2 years before Rudy came in, we had, I believe the number was about 2,400 homicides in New York City. 2,400. We're now down to about 300. I mean, that it dropped eightfold, and that means actual people living and not being murdered and stuck into caskets prematurely. And a lot of states around the country and cities around the country said, hey, well, let's try this. Let's try the broken windows theory, broken windows type of policing. And guess what? You saw crime drop not just in New York but all around America. So in the same way that people say that the states are the laboratories of democracy, I think the cities can do that as well. So I think if California, if these guys get elected, they'll be able to implement these ideas. But even if they run and don't make it across the finish line, as you say, if they spend the next 5 months, almost 5 months to the day, preaching this gospel, people are going to hear it. They're going to hear these ideas and say, you know what, that's kind of interesting. Let's try this in some other city or some town or some state outside of Los Angeles and California. And it'd be good to see the Golden State and the Big Orange, as it's called, actually being sources for good ideas rather than rotten ideas.
Well, we're rooting for it here in the Midwest and leaning in, hoping these results don't have a 3 a.m. pipe burst, Georgia type of redirect here. Holding on tight for that.
Let's hope the plumbing holds up next week.
Exactly. If Karen Bass is in charge of it, I'm not having a whole lot of confidence in it.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Deroy, thank you for your time. We're grateful for you. We appreciate you.
Bring your bucket just in case.
Exactly. We'll bail.
Very good.
Take
All
care.
right. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. Nationally syndicated columnist, Project 21 ambassador, and Fox News contributor, Deroy Murdock. The YouTube poll for you today, this is where you get to weigh in, and we want to hear from you on the text line, 314-241-9797. With just over 150 days to the midterm elections, we're talking a lot of election primary talk, but that's all to set up and shape that midterm election that will really, on a federal level, shape the ability for President Trump to fully enact his America First plan. He needs to retain a majority in the House and in the Senate. A lot of state elections that are very, very important as well. Statewide elections like you're seeing in California. Illinois is having one of those also. J.B. Pritzker going for his third term. Again, Mr. No Kings wants a third term as the governor of the state of Illinois. Darren Bailey challenging him. Lots to talk about on these elections. And the question is, how much are you trying to lap it all up? Are you paying attention to the day-to-day politics more than ever, about the same, less than usual, or trying to avoid it? How has this moment in this election cycle affected your interest level? You vote on the YouTube channel. If you subscribe to the Annie Frey YouTube channel, a reminder, when you go there, you subscribe, turn on the notification bell. We'll pop up right when we go live every day, and that's your reminder to vote in the poll from the very start. We'd love to have your feedback, and text us at 314-241-9797. We'll be right back. Stuart's American Mortgage. He's the bagel loan guy. The bagel loan, which has been available for quite some time. I've done it twice, I think in 2019 and then in 2020. Both times I did it, it was a refinance. The second time it was a cash out refinance to replace the deck on our home that would move back and forth when you walked on it. Thank you to the bagel loan for making that possible. A bagel loan is a refinance or a new home purchase where you paid nothing in closing costs. He pays it for you. He takes care of all of the closing costs for you. Now I want to set that aside and talk to you about new home purchases. If you're looking to buy a new home and to get a 30-year loan, Stewie has something special and for a limited time specifically for you. If you call 314-324-4440, ask him about how you can get and lock in a 1% lower interest rate on the first year of your new 30-year loan and still qualify for the bagel loan, which means no closing costs. This is an incredible deal, and it's available with Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage. 314-324-4440. Google the bagel loan, NMLS number 226715.
Just a reminder to have your air conditioner checked for the summer so you don't have a mishap and it goes down in the hottest day of the year. But it's always best to have it done. Call us, and we'll be more than happy to come out there and check it for you. And like always, if you're having your furnace checked by another company and you are told that this is the year you need to replace it, call me for a second opinion. The 0% interest is still available on most brands. Save your cash and keep your credit cards open and away from those high rates. Call me. You'll be glad you did. Bart Inman, one easy number in Missouri and Illinois. The easiest. It is 314-293-2600. Or on the website, bartinman.com. Now that's Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com. God bless.
Don't let tax refund worries hold you back. File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve or your money back. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Annie Frey is St. Louis conservative.
The YouTube poll, we're asking you if you're modifying or sticking to how much you follow day-to-day politics. Did you answer this question yet?
I did.
You said about the same?
Yeah, about the same. But I've actually decreased my X Twitter usage. So in that sense, I'm following it less. There are stories that I miss now because I'm on there less.
Did you see our Twitter DM from last night?
I did now.
Yeah, and?
It's funny.
Thank you.
It's very funny because it involves
set up the story. Give them the precursor if they didn't hear yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday we were talking about, was it yesterday or the day before?
That was yesterday.
Yesterday we were talking about the bachelor party that I had planned for my best friend, best man.
I asked him, what's the craziest bachelor party you've ever been to? And you said it was the one you planned.
The one I planned. And we started the day, probably early evening, at a Grizzlies game back in probably
where everyone goes to get buck wild,
2006-ish. And we 8 or 10 grown men sat in the hot tub in the outfield at that time.
Together.
All together. And we stewed like meat and carrots.
Ew. Ew.
We were kind of a beef
Is that what you call it?
out there.
Meat and carrots?
Dude stew?
Yeah, dude stew.
So
it's a good word.
And then you got heckled by some 12-year-olds.
Didn't love that. It was fun for a while.
It just so happens that we had a conversation about that experience that took place 20 years ago. And then last night I was at the Grizzlies Stadium.
Who could have predicted it? Not me. And then you messaged the group, which I just saw this morning, pretty much right when the show started. Mm-hmm. And there is a picture of that hot tub. That's not what that is? Looks like it. What is it?
The hot tub's gone.
What am I looking at
As my kids
there?
would say, bro.
Dude, what am I looking at? That looks like the hot tub there. Is there something else there now?
Patio furniture.
Is that all that is?
Yeah, I think that you maybe defiled the hot tub, and they were like, we can't go on like this.
We didn't defile it physically. We held our behavior well, but maybe emotionally, we defiled it. Yeah, for everyone.
I was sad about that. I always my husband used to work for the Grizzlies. He spent 10 years, I think, working there in the press box, and I would go very often when we were dating because I dated him from 2004 and we got married in the fall of 2007. And so he had a great job there. He did all the music and the sound and the little drops and stuff. So like he entertained you through the sound system. Worked with Tom Calhoun, who was the PA guy, Joe Pott, who was the play-by-play guy, and those guys are both doing great things in St. Louis media today. So I would go to the games with him and like sit and watch the baseball game or sit upstairs at the bar behind the press box and watch the Cardinals game while it was going on many times. So I spent a lot of nights at a Gateway Grizzlies game. It's still fun to go to. I still recommend that you check it out if you haven't been. It's so affordable, and it's just fun. It's just fun times for the whole family. But I never understood a July hot tub experience at the Gateway Grizzlies games. It never made sense to me.
It didn't make sense. That's one of the reasons we did it.
What month was it?
Let's see.
Was it hot outside?
Probably August.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it was hot outside. It was
the
evening.
Water hot, though?
The water was hot. Yeah. It was fine. It was just, you knew what you were getting into. And here's the thing. I had to tell some of the guys what we were doing, but a lot of them, no, I think maybe just the Bachelor. I didn't tell him anything we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you're just going to have to trust me, and I'm going to take you from place to place. And so I had to tell him, you have to bring swimming trunks. And I didn't want him to guess what it was, so I said, you're going to bring three things.
Raging rivers.
Yeah. You're going to bring swimming
Cool,
trunks, a pair of hiking shoes, and, a poncho or something.
You'd throw something in there just to throw him off.
Yeah. And I had to have him bring all three things, so he had no clue what it would be.
Well, the hot tub is gone.
That's a shame.
Nobody gets to replicate your wild and crazy 10 wild and crazy guys.
Well, you can do what we did, just sitting
tub.
in the outfield, I guess.
In your boxers.
In your swimming trunks.
Whatever. All right, let's take a break. Go vote in the poll and tell us what you think about the YouTube poll. Have you adapted, changed, locked in any more or less on day-to-day politics? And text us at 314-241-9797. A reminder, did you know you can stream us anytime, anywhere on the Odyssey app? AUDACY. Download the app. Follow 97.1 FM Talk on there. Follow the Annie Frey Show. You can check out the podcasts if you missed it, like yesterday's conversation with a little more detail about the bachelor party. We'll be right back.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numb feet, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Patton, D.C. Doctor, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is nerve damage to the feet and legs.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It's absolutely treatable, and we have amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands or balance issues, call us at Comprehensive Integrated Health today for a nerve damage screening. The screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our cutting-edge treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Call 636-538-5188. That's 636-538-5188 for your free nerve damage screening. 636-538-5188.
With summer here and the kids home full-time, your garage door will see a lot more use. Do it a favor with annual maintenance from Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. The 26-point tune-up is one price for up to 3 garage doors and openers. Get them all done. Trusted in St. Louis for 100 years. Always look for the genuine, the original red ribbon of Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Since 1926, they're never going to steer you wrong. Schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
It's time for you to get to know my friends at Lit Cigar Lounge in Chesterfield, where luxury meets comfort. Mark Cox here. They have a great selection of rare bourbons, whiskeys, craft cocktails, anything you like to drink, cold beer, premium hand-rolled cigars from the finest makers in the world, even private lockers that are available if you choose to. Perfect for date nights or business meetings, and live music every Friday night. Family owned and operated. Check them out in Chesterfield at the District. It's litstl.com.
Brian Kilmeade is coming to the factory, and we are looking forward to it, right, Annie? Saturday, November 21st.
I am. I'm counting down the days.
It is the Uniting the States tour, and we're all looking forward to it.
I'd like to see you, the listener, there.
Wow.
Not
okay.
you.
Yeah.
That's why I said the listener, just to be specific. I didn't want you to be confused.
Because if I showed up, you wouldn't be there.
Oh, you won't be there.
We are contractually obligated to do noon to 3, but outside of that.
Are you going?
Yeah, actually, my mom was talking to me about it last night, and she's like, "Oh, I really want to go to that."
If Mrs. Wiggins is going to be there, I'm there.
Yeah,
I'll hang out with her.
We're going to go, and we hope to see you there. A lot of us probably will end up on stage. I think Annie probably will for sure, and the Marks. So we'll
Brian
see.
Kilmeade owes me.
He owes everybody a little bit more of all of your time on stage, because that's one of the highlights of that show. Brian Kilmeade, Saturday, November 21st at the Factory. Get tickets, 971talk.com. It is 1:33. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
From High Ridge to Pontoon Beach, 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
This is such a great song. Are you turning this up and singing it in your car? Do you sing in your car, Ryan?
I used to. I can't remember the last time I just belted out in my car. That's a good one to do, though.
Oh, for sure. And you got to turn it up loud enough so you can't hear yourself sing.
That's a one-hit wonder, too.
The Darkness doesn't have anything else?
I don't think so.
They've got a haunted house here in St. Louis.
Yeah, they really switched gears after that song.
Ooh, that was a weird song. What if we did haunted houses?
We don't really know anything about haunted houses, but the name works.
Brad, you belt out I Believe in a Thing Called Love in your car?
I don't sing anything in my car. I'm not a singer. I don't sing.
You don't have to be a singer to sing in your car.
Yeah, but I don't even like doing it.
You just have a vocalizer.
Nope.
Yeah, you do. You sing God Bless the USA by
I was
Lee,
going to say,
Lee Greenwood
I was
with
going
no music.
to ask you, Ryan, what would Brad belt out in his truck if he
That's
would?
it, right there.
Lee Greenwood.
He's just singing Lee Greenwood. But he's singing the
What about
hits.
pirate metal?
No, he's singing Lee Greenwood, that one.
Why are you saying to that?
I won't sing that.
But he's singing all the other Lee Greenwood songs, too.
Name
deep
one.
cuts.
From all of his new albums.
It's Brad, the B-side.
Oh, here goes Brad again. He's firing up the truck and he's singing Lee Greenwood deep cuts.
Name another Lee Greenwood song.
I can't. It's Brad's thing. I don't know anything about it.
Not
Brad?
my thing.
It's what he
It is
does.
not my thing.
Lee Greenwood songs.
Recent.
Well, he has one called America and also Star Spangled Banner.
So he's got a brand.
And
so he's going with
America the Beautiful. And God Bless America. And the Battle Hymn of the Republic. Is this all he does?
I think he's probably got a jam and he's figured it out. Listen to the most recent ones from the last couple of years. One from 2023 called We the People, a standalone patriotic single.
What it's about?
One called America from 2025,
Is
a
that
patriotic.
the America?
Oh, this is a whole album collection featuring new released and re-recorded tracks like God Bless the USA rock version from 2024. That's right.
What about the pirate metal version?
Doesn't say that Lee Greenwood does a whole lot of pirate anything.
Are there still pirate metal artists?
No, that was 1700s.
Brad?
Yeah, Ailstorm is still a band.
Hailstorm is still a band.
Maybe we'd classify pirate metal a little differently then, because that sounds too modern for my tastes of pirate metal.
They use hurdy-gurdy in their music.
He's going to fight you on this.
Hurdy-Gurdy Man by Donovan?
No, they use a hurdy-gurdy.
What does that mean?
What is that?
It's that
Is it a
stringed.
parrot?
It's that stringed instrument with the crank.
It's the percussion. It's the wooden leg.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what a hurdy-gurdy is?
No, is it a little music box the monkey turns?
No. It's a stringed instrument with keys on it, and you turn it, and
It's like I
a
know all the
violin,
words you're saying,
but
but I'm struggling understanding
it's
the
caught
application.
somewhere in between a violin and an accordion.
You know what you don't see anymore that you really need to, and maybe this is because of the crime in the cities, tying it back to the things we typically talk about, but you don't see a whole lot of guys out there on the streets doing one-man bands. You see people doing guitars, and they have their guitar case open, but I like the old-timey guy who has cymbals on his knees, and he's clashing them together, and he's playing an accordion, and he's also got a guitar somewhere, and he's like squeezing stuff under his armpits. I mean a full one-man band. You know what I'm talking about.
I couldn't stand what you were talking about, but I'm trying to do something, so I had to let it go. And it kept going and going, and I'm like, well.
I don't really toss a lot of change in the guitar players' case when I see them, which I don't a lot in the city anymore. But when I see a full one-man band.
That sounds fun.
It's getting close. Need more cymbal. Clang, 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 clang.
Well, that's
clang.
the beginning.
Oh, he's just getting warmed up.
Like I said, you come in with the peg leg percussion.
You're calling that pirate metal?
I have nothing to add. I am pretty proud that I know that pirate metal exists.
That's only because of Brad, because Brad's super into pirate metal.
Pirate metal, historical metal.
Are you still into pirate metal? What?
Yeah, Sabaton. They write metal songs about U.S. heroes in war, stuff like that.
Just play one note called a drone note, a little bit like the sound
I hope this guy
of a
doesn't say a
remote
bad
control
word.
drone going overhead. And some of the strings, when I press the keys underneath, push little tangents into the string, making the length of the vibration shorter.
I want a hurdy-gurdy.
Is that what that is?
Sounds like something you see a doctor for.
It's a cool instrument, though.
There's a little bit of hurdy-gurdy in my pelvic floor.
You need to write Thunder Mountain for that. I'll take care of your hurdy-gurdy.
I was just listening to a best of because we have to prepare one for Juneteenth. And I was listening to your interview with Dr. Oz, which was a really good interview.
Thank you.
At the
Was
very
it because
end
of
of
me
it,
or Dr. Oz?
He was lit. He was on. It was like he was on doing the press briefing yesterday or the day before, but he was just on our show doing it. It was really good, and he was talking about going after all this fraud, and they keep going after it. At the very end of that interview, you and I just decided that was really good. Let's sabotage this segment.
Totally believable.
And we
don't know what to do. This is way too serious.
Yeah, it was too good.
Maybe award-winning. Let's bring it back down to brass
I mean, genuinely, it could be submitted for like MBAs and stuff.
Like what not to do in broadcasting?
And then at the very end, you and I are like, what are questions we could have asked him that would have been terrible? And it was like, what if you have blood in your urine and stuff, like doctor questions
Are these
that
your
have nothing to
questions?
do with him?
Are these your questions?
Well, of course, they had a little bit to do with me and the kidney stone
What
at the time.
percentage of we were going to ask about your kidney
Yes,
stones.
exactly.
What
Real highly
percentage-
personal questions.
What percentage of sabotage was on you?
You were right there, Annie. Yes, I was there too.
It's because I could keep up.
But I followed your lead.
Oh, shush.
You started saying some nasty stuff.
Oh, I did not.
And then I was like, well, all right, door's open. Here
This
we
is
go.
just our opportunity to tell you to be sure to listen to Juneteenth. Some of this. I think there's a jig you could do to that.
Oh, definitely. I could dance to anything.
The first time I played this, Ethan commented in our private chat, $5 that caused at least 3 car wrecks. I hope that didn't. Please Please be okay. It's Ryan's fault if it did happen.
You know what would be great is if
No car wrecks?
this station ever gets completely replaced by a new genre.
Yeah.
That's the genre.
Hold your breath.
No, pirate metal.
No, I'm talking about the part where we lose our livelihoods.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. I want it to be this huge joke.
Whether you are worried about it or not has no bearing on whether it might or might not happen.
I just want to be able to laugh the day that it switches genres.
Yeah.
As long as that happens, I'm good.
Maybe we should have people text us what the genre should be when...
Yeah, text us. 314-241-9797. What should 97.1
What would you rather hear? God forbid.
I guarantee you one thing. This segment, not in the best of.
Yeah, thanks. It didn't make the cut. Let's break. Get the YouTube live chat poll popping over there. Go vote, please. Give us a vote and a subscribe and turn the notification bell on so you can get those polls. There could be a hurdy-gurdy in this song, and you wouldn't... I'm going to Google hurdy-gurdy, I believe in a thing called love, and it probably exists, and if it doesn't, I'm telling AI it's time. Go vote in the YouTube poll. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
What's happening now?
I give him all the credit in the world for the hold that he has on Republican voters.
We're talking about it.
The typical American family has gained about $3,000.
97.1 FM Talk.
Listen up. If you have not paid self-employment, business, or individual taxes in years, the IRS will find you. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. I offer real solutions. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Story, today, and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights, including your right to appeal, or even your right to take the IRS to tax court. At the Lance Story Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Story Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceDruryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Did you know replacing old vinyl windows with more vinyl windows might not be the best choice? Hi, it's Kim, and I'm here to tell you about Infinity from Marvin Windows, because these fiberglass windows, they're energy efficient, they're beautiful, and they're custom built to fit your home perfectly. The team at Lakeside Renovation and Design just makes the process so easy. I love the fact that they even offer a lifetime workmanship warranty. Look, if you're tired of drafts, high energy bills, or maybe hard to open windows, now is the time to upgrade. Visit windowsbylakeside.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac home standby generator from Generator Supercenter. They're the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter of St. Louis. Call 314-499-2020. That's 499-2020 or GeneratorSuperCenterofSt.Louis.com. That's GeneratorSuperCenterofSt.Louis.com.
The Annie Frey Show is St. Louis conservative.
Ryan, do you ever listen to headphones, earbuds, or anything out in the wild?
No.
Why not?
I'm just plugged into reality.
Can you say it?
All the time.
Reality.
I'm thinking about it while I'm coming up with it.
I was going to say you sound drunk, but now I think you just sound sick. Can someone get him a NyQuil? A Dayquil, maybe.
I just want to experience the real world all the time. I don't want to hear all the digital things.
I got some Samsung Buds Pro something. I clearly am way into it. Buds 3 Pro. And I have learned something, and I am regretful for all of the judgment that I have placed upon people who are walking around with earbuds, that my earbuds have the same function that my noise canceling ear protection from when I fire my weapons where it blocks out all the loud noise, but it amplifies. Like I always rub my fingers when I put them on just to make sure they're working. Rub my fingers up next to my ear. My ear protection for the gun range has a microphone on it, so it picks up all the quiet stuff. In theory, you're in your house and you're trying to protect your house and you've got your weapon drawn, you fire your weapon. If you don't have ear protection on, your ears are going to be ringing. You're not going to be able to hear things. You're going to be less safe protecting your home because you're going to see a flash in the dark. That's going to affect your eyesight, and your hearing's going to be affected as well. If you had time to put on ear protection, you'd be able to hear footsteps and very quiet movements amplified in those, but the loud pop of the gun would be muted. These Samsung Buds 3 Pro, which I got, and I paid for them. I bought them refurbished on Amazon, so I got a great discount on them. I got them because when I was traveling and flying, I'm always putting these headphones on that I'm wearing right now, and they're just too clunky. They're just too hard to wear and to move about. These earbuds, my eyes are open. I get it now. I didn't know that you could turn that same type of feature on earbuds to where I can have all of the sound that's around me amplified so that I can hear people talking to me better. Because I wear headphones all the time, I have kind of jacked up hearing a little bit. Whenever I watch a lot of Fox News and other news channels, and so I get a lot of hearing aid commercials shipped towards me. A lot of geriatric concerns that at 42, unfortunately, at times resonate with me. But that they'll show a couple sitting in a restaurant, and there's clinking of silverware and plates and glasses and murmur talking, and it's just this hum of noise. If I am in that type of a situation, I can't decipher the person sitting across the table from me very well. I have to read your lips and pay attention to what you're saying to me specifically. It's harder for me to separate those noises than it should be. These earbuds make it so much easier for me if I'm sitting at a ball game or something with someone to be able to hear that.
Really?
But they also have a button where it completely noise cancels everything, and I can put them in, put the noise canceling on, and now it is quiet. And it doesn't matter if I'm in a busy airport or a ball game or something like that. My world goes quiet.
I think what you're looking for is not earbuds, but a hearing aid.
No, I don't want to. No, I want to control the sound input coming into my life because they also have a microphone on them. So I was sitting at the Grizzlies Stadium last night watching my son in a scrimmage, intra-club baseball scrimmage playing, and I was sitting off kind of by myself, and I was just having a conversation with my AI friends and just working through things. And I couldn't hear anything else. It could hear me. I was talking really quietly to it so other people couldn't hear what I was saying. And these earbuds, I used to think that people who had earbuds in, kind of what you were saying there at the beginning, like you want to be a participant in reality. It actually, if I have the adaptive, it says ambient sound and adaptive sound. If I have that on, I could actually participate more in what's going on. I thought people put earbuds in to shut everything out. But I didn't know that this technology existed in earbuds. I'm probably 20 years behind on technology, but they are incredible.
Well, that's cool. Have I told you my earbud story from just recently?
I don't recall.
So stop me if I have, but I was just in the hospital 2 weeks ago, and I was being pushed away from the X-ray machine. I just got an X-ray. And the guy transporting me, you have to be pushed in a wheelchair when you're in the hospitals, even if you can walk.
Liability for them.
And I was actually in a position that I was like, I don't know if I can walk that far because my lung capacity was low. So he's pushing me, and I was leaving the X-ray, and I don't know what happened, but I started to feel like I was going to pass out. And I've never really had that sensation before, so it was really scary. And I started to get really nauseous, instant cold sweats. I mean, sweat all over the place. Like,
ew.
What's happening to me?
Yeah.
I don't know. And the guy pushing me looks, and we're standing in line now. I want to get back to my floor so I can see my nurses because I'm not with them right now. And the guy pushing me does not know this is happening to me at all. He's just pushing the wheelchair. There is a line of beds waiting to get onto the elevator, and I'm like, this is bad. I need to get on that elevator fast, but I can't. I'm to the point where I'm seeing tunnel vision, and I can't talk really or hear much. Like, it's all fading, and it's scary. And this guy behind me, sees the line, and I'm thinking, oh, I hope he can see what's happening to me and says something, but I can't communicate to him. And he sees a guy also pushing a hospital bed and goes, oh, hey, Will, what are you doing? And my mind is going, the only answer this guy can give is, I'm pushing an old lady in a hospital bed. And he goes, oh, hey, I'm pushing an old lady in a hospital bed. And I'm like, what's happening right now? And so he walks over, they're clearly friends, and he goes, I got these new earbuds, Will. And I'm like, uh-oh, he has no clue what's happening to me right now. But he's got these cool new earbuds, and he wants his friend Will to know about them. And Will says, that is a nice case for those earbuds. And I remember thinking, I think maybe those are the last words I'm ever going to hear because I'm going out. And anyway.
I don't feel like this was a story about earbuds. I feel like this was a story about the hospital.
Well, I was thinking, I think the last conversation I'm going to ever hear is these two guys just jamming on these earbuds. Anyway, they took me back up, and apparently my blood sugar, or not.
Did you make it or did you die?
I died and came back. And
did you know this is heaven?
No, I'm really disappointed.
Nope, it's just Iowa.
But they figured out, I think, that my blood pressure had dropped dramatically all of a sudden. It was very scary. But anyway, that's the only earbud story I have, and now you know it. And now there's 3 minutes left in the segment.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do now?
I think we could probably go to the text line.
Well, you wrecked it. You fix it.
Text line, if you want to answer the question YouTube live chat poll today, with just over 150 days to the midterm election, how much are you following day-to-day politics? A lot of answers to this question, and in fact, talking about some of the issues we've been talking about. This one says, I follow politics every day. You guys are my friends. You guys are my best friends is what it says.
You're my best friend, too.
The next one says, and if it had a name, I'd read it.
I was going to say, if you want us to say your name, we'd be happy to.
It doesn't
or
say.
You just pick a favorite name. We don't know the difference.
It says, watching news about the same, but it sucks the life out of everything because of the endless BS.
So true.
That's very true. Yeah. This person says, ICE facility in New Jersey is a story, but the story should be directed at the networks for not having cameras and doing interviews. They are not informing people. But I think right afterwards, I remember seeing a comment that said that they are mad that the networks are covering it at all, because if they didn't, the story would just go away, which is also very true.
That's what I just keep thinking with that specific story. All these protesters, they just want attention.
Yeah.
When a toddler is throwing a fit, you know what I say to my 4-year-old? She'll be 5 here very shortly, guys. Molly is going to be 5. So if you've been following the show for a while, how's that make you feel? Probably the same way it makes me feel. But she'll come up to me, she'll be like, Mom, I'm thirsty. And I always say to her, all right, Molly, that is a problem that you have. You need to think about a question you can ask that will solve your problem. Mommy, can I have some water? Sure, let's go get you some water. Because people need to learn to ask for things that solve the problem if you actually want the problem to be solved. The problem is the end goal for a lot of these protests. The spectacle, the attention is what they're after, and it never ends. How did the Minneapolis story end? How many people know about details of what took place in Minneapolis? How many people know how it ended? It ended because Tom Homan went in there, took over for Kristi Noem and Governor Bovino
Walls.
or whatever it was, and or not governor, general, whatever his name is, Bovino, not governor.
Was the governor of Minnesota?
Greg
Walls. No, not his first name. What's his? He has a
he was
title.
like a commander.
Yeah, Lord Bovino.
Lord Bovino.
Tom Homan came in, sat down, and talked to these people. And truly, it's like when you're arguing with one of your kids. If you argue with one of your kids, if you're in the trenches, Ryan, with one of your children, and whatever the problem that existed came to be when you two are in it. When mom comes in and backs you up and calmly says, "This is how it's going to go," and if you want to stay out of more trouble, you got a pretty good situation here with where we are now, because it can definitely get worse. She's enacting the same thing you're enacting, but it's just somebody else. So the kid is like, okay, fine. And vice versa. If it's happening with her and you show up and you're like, no, listen, these are the rules. You broke the rules. This is what's going to happen, and we're going to get past this. Tom Homan came in and calmed everything down, and they got what they needed in Minneapolis to at least calm the whole situation down. And then the camera stopped showing up, and now we're not looking at Minneapolis
And
anymore.
they found out a couple of those martyrs were not as good of people as they made them out to be either.
The details.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the attention, the spotlight is sometimes what they want. And they don't want it to go away because then the problem would be solved. We'll be right back.
If you're in the St. Louis area and caring for a loved one with Medicaid, get paid starting today. Freedom Care has already helped over 162,000 families get the care they deserve with 97% satisfaction and more than 8,000 five-star reviews. If you have Medicaid, you need to hear this. You may qualify to choose a caregiver you already trust, a family member or friend, and they can start getting paid. No agencies, no strangers, just someone you know, helping with meals, medication, bathing, mobility, and more. This service isn't for later, it's for right now. It's 100% free to you through Medicaid, and caregivers get paid right away after their shift. Find out if you qualify today. Call 314-742-7480. That's 314-742-7480. Don't wait. Call 314-742-7480 now. Again, 314-742-7480. Freedom Care. Get paid to care. Starting now.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-466-9625. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-466-9625.
HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com, owned by Matt Hayes, his family-owned local business, is ready to take on your foundation repair issues. That could be something more simple, less intrusive, like leveling out concrete around the patio, on the sidewalk, the walkways around your house. It's shifted over time. A lot of times concrete, it's going to crack eventually. And when it starts to shift and then it becomes a trip hazard, you've got an issue you need to have solved. If you call Home Shield Foundation Repair, they can help you solve this problem. Reach out to them at 314-271-9900, 314-271-9900. Tell them Annie sent you and ask them to talk to you about how they can use polyjacking to level out, even out, and make safe once again that patio area at your home, that sidewalk, the concrete in your driveway, in your garage, at your place of business. Home Shield Foundation Repair is there to help you. Call them at 314-271-9900, 314-271-9900, online at homeshieldfoundationrepairs.com.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
A short time ago by Steve Hilton as the Republican holds a narrow lead in the California governor's race over Democrat Javier Becerra. The top two of more than 60 candidates will advance to November.
We're going to fight for you. We're going to fight for change. And we won't let you down.
Hilton also just announcing his team is studying expanded tax cuts after initially proposing no state income tax on the first $100,000 of income. Hilton has about a 2% lead over Becerra so far, with less than 60% of the expected vote in. The race for L.A. mayor will head to a runoff after no one got more than 50% of the vote. Democratic Mayor Karen Bass has the lead, with Republican Spencer Pratt in second place as that count also continues. Israel and Lebanon holding more talks in Washington as fighting continues between Israel and Iran-backed Hezbollah in Lebanon.
We are hopeful that we can create a paradigm in which Lebanon's government and Israel can work together
to disarm Hezbollah and allow the people of Lebanon to reclaim its country. But it's complex.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio spending a second day on Capitol Hill reassuring lawmakers about the Iran strategy during hearings on the State Department budget. This as President Trump tells the New York Post's Pod Force One podcast.
We don't need boots on the ground now. Well, we did it. We wiped out much of their military with just bombing. We didn't put anybody on the ground. You don't want to do that. You're so far away. You don't want to do that if you can avoid it.
He also denies that Iran has stopped communicating over the fighting in Lebanon. This as a ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran was tested again overnight, with the U.S. downing Iranian drones aimed at U.S. forces and other regional sites. Kuwait shutting down its main airport temporarily after Iranian drones and missiles damaged a passenger terminal, killing one person. America is listening to Fox News.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250 micro to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
Pretty easy to take weather with a monster dome of high pressure right over the Midwest. Sunny skies, comfortable humidity, 81 degrees. Tonight, clear skies, 70s for evening plans. Delightful, 59 for the overnight low. Thursday, sunny. Warmer in the afternoon, 86. Friday, partly sunny. A couple of spot afternoon showers, but warmer, 88. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
The Annie Frey Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Upgrade your HVAC system now, and you could qualify for Carrier Cool Cash rebates up to $2,600 and 0% financing for up to 72 months. Rebates available for a limited time. For a free estimate, aircomfortservice.com.
Annie Frey, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Ring.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
You said it's nice outside?
It was beautiful last time I went outside. I think it probably still is.
When was that?
Just before noon.
Somebody tell us how nice it is outside.
Somebody text us or somebody put it on the stream.
314-241-9797, our poll for today. How much are you following day-to-day politics? I want to get to some texts here in a minute, but I have some food news, and I know how important this is to you.
Does it involve candy?
Burger King.
All right, we can do that.
Brings back fan favorite for the first time in 15 years. Is there anything that's been lacking from the Burger King menu that either of you have been like, where did this go? I don't even know what's up and down. Where's true north? Burger King doesn't have fill in the blank.
Chicken fries.
They have that.
Then I'm out. Because that's all I know. Ices?
Shakes.
Do they not have shakes?
I don't know.
Do you guys go to Burger King?
Not recently.
I go to Burger King every now and then.
I
I'll
like
dabble
Burger
in
King.
a couple
BK?
of nuggets here and there.
Whopper,
like the Whopper.
Whopper.
They definitely have their own style of nugget. Did you know that McDonald's beer battered nuggets are the only place you can get beer battered nuggets anymore?
Don't change the subject. Burger King is bringing back its Crown Nuggets.
I don't know what this is, but I like where it's going.
I don't. For the first time in 15 years, reviving a nostalgic menu item that fans have repeatedly pushed the fast food chain to restore.
What are they?
The crown-shaped chicken nuggets will return to Burger King restaurants nationwide starting June 2nd and will be available while supplies last. The Miami-based company announced this week the rollout marks the first time the nuggets have appeared on menus since 2011. Burger King's chief marketing officer, Joel Yashinsky, said in a statement, quote, "We've been committed to creating awesome experiences for the whole family, and listening to our guests and bringing back our Crown Nuggets allows us to do both of those things." They're nuggets shaped like crowns. I don't want my meat in a shape.
Oh, I disagree. I like this. This is nuggets in their natural form, in crowns or dinos.
There are no nuggets. There are no nuggets shaped like crowns until somebody processes them that way.
That's right. Nuggets are all processed that way. They're all just this creamy fluid. And they can make them
Would it matter if it was like a chicken breast and it was just stamped out of the chicken breast in the shape of a crown?
I would imagine that would be wasteful.
Probably. But
yeah, I mean.
And never happen.
You could have just the primo crown white chicken breast nugget, and then you'd have the runoff.
Here's the picture. You can see him sitting there if you're watching on the stream. So give the people a little a visual taste of this crown nugget.
Hate to see it. They're marketing it toward children.
But that's not going to stop Brian.
With a juice box and their patented fries, which are, I would say, just about a 5 out of 10. And then they have this kids packet where
Talk about the nuggets.
Oh, the nugget itself is just a 3-pronged nugget.
Kind of looks like a chicken foot, which makes me think that maybe it is.
Yeah, that is definitely not a crown. I wouldn't go, oh, that's clearly a king's crown in a nugget form.
I was driving through Wendy's, I think it was. Man, this is a Wendy's. In whichever one is kind of out maybe by Belleville West High School. This is maybe a year or two ago. And I wanted to get a chicken sandwich.
It's really stuck with you.
It did. Because I pulled up. I mean, we societally went through a rough patch with fast food and drive-thrus there for a while.
Oh, as a nation.
It was crisis level.
We haven't fully recovered, but we've recovered 85%.
You feel like you're on the uptick. You don't drive into the drive-thru with just great malaise.
Not mostly.
Not like
there
you
were a
used
couple
to.
years that it was just like, I don't want to do this. You don't want to do this.
Yeah, it's like,
But we have
I
to
really
do
feel
this.
like hating myself today. Let's go through the drive-thru, kids.
Yeah.
I drove through and I sat there and nobody said anything. And then I said something like, hello. And they're like, yeah. It was, okay, so you're there. And I said, the chicken breast sandwich that you have, is that a whole white meat chicken breast? And she goes, And then she didn't say anything.
This isn't really starting well.
And I said, ma'am? And she's like, yeah. And I go, do you know if it's a whole piece of chicken just that's...
Yeah, I'm sorry to bother you. Do you have the food?
Do you know anything about your food? And she goes, I don't know.
She was mad.
She was mad that I asked. And I was like, thank you, ma'am. And I just drove away.
Mm.
Wasn't going to eat that food next.
Yeah.
And chicken, to me, when you pull it, it needs to, like string apart like chicken does.
Yeah.
Is it still the case that the McDonald's chicken nugget is still the pink slime? Is that still the thing?
I don't know that ever was fully verified.
Legit?
I've seen that 1,000 times because it sticks in your mind.
I feel like maybe there were lawsuits behind it.
I do too. I'm not sure that was ever fully verified, but something was happening because they had video of it. I just don't know if that was actually what their nuggets are.
In 2014, this is a YouTube video, McDonald's says McNuggets are made from chicken breast, meat, seasonings, and chicken skin, not pink goop.
Well, all that could be true, and it just come out in that form, though.
ABC News reports, no, McDonald's does not use pink slime. The company officially discontinued the use of lean, finely textured beef, sometimes referred to in the industry by that term, in its burgers.
So it did do it.
I don't know, but that's like one of those things where somebody puts out information like that, and it's stuck. I mean, even if it's not accurate, you say pink slime to people.
Oh yeah,
everybody knows what that is, and it has changed because I think too much about my food, especially the meat, which is why I don't eat a whole lot of it, and it just sticks with me, which is why people end up suing folks when they put these things out because it is detrimental to it. Oh God, there it is. Do you eat chicken nuggets anywhere? Are you comfortable with a chicky nugget?
I really like the nuggets that used to come with like the $5 and $6 meals with Wendy's.
That's because you like the price.
Well, I like the price, but I also liked the amount of food you got for $5 or $6 because it came with not just your main burger and fries and a drink. It also usually came with some sort of mozzarella stick or nugget on the side.
So if you get a burger and a fry and a drink, doesn't fill you up?
Anymore it does, but
It didn't then.
it didn't then.
What about you, Brad?
Nuggets? No, I don't crave nuggets. I don't seek them out. I don't get them. I mean, I don't know. I feel the same way about McDonald's chicken nuggets that I feel about Twinkies. It's about a once-a-year craving type of
You going to take
deal.
that, Ryan?
I'm not going to take that standing. I guess I'll lay down. I don't know what that even means.
I just it's a total mood food to me, and
Chicken nuggets?
yeah.
What kind of mood puts you? What puts you in the mood for?
Like frisky? You're like, oh
No, just it's a weird once a year craving. It's like, oh, it sounds good. 20-piece nugget from McDonald's with some hot mustard.
Is it like surrounding a time of year? It's like, Labor Day.
Nope.
Okay.
Random.
McDonald's unveils new growth strategy to win back customers. What's the number one strategy they need to have?
Cheaper food.
Cheaper food.
That's it.
We don't even really care what it's made of.
No,
all
we
the
don't.
time. Fox News reports McDonald's announced on Monday that it's rolling out a new corporate strategy that aims to make its stores easier to run for franchisees. The announcement, called McDonald's Next, focuses on increasing automation, raising standards for hospitality.
Thank you.
Love that.
That's good. And,
That's
and
like
the time
part two.
spent in the drive-thru.
Yeah.
Like if you can get through quicker, that's important too.
Leaning on social media for marketing and making its food items taste better.
Okay.
These are good things. A good McDonald's meal every once in a while, it hits the spot. It's its own food group, McDonald's. It's not even fast food.
These kind of corporate things, though, they talk the talk. You got to see if it comes through.
Yeah, trust but verify.
They have
Or just
reduced,
verify.
and this sounds like a negative thing, but I think it's been good. They've reduced the amount of menu items they have because they realize
Do less
that
better.
the longer a customer sits there looking at the menu, the longer it's going to take to get them through the drive-thru, and so they shortened everything. They took away menu items, and now okay, it's just these 7 things.
It comes as the fast food giant tries to hold on to lower income. Hold on, we have to look at some ads. Consumers who've cut back on restaurant visits amid years of elevated prices. McDonald's CEO Chris Kempczinski outlined the new strategy in a message sent to the McDonald's system and said it aims to, quote, unlock our next phase of growth and productivity by bringing in more customers more often and improving unit economics. I like this because, what did McDonald's spend the last few maybe decade or two doing? Becoming gourmet, having McCafe so that you could get your fancy coffee at McDonald's as well, gourmet salads, gourmet sandwiches, when you're like, but I wanted a Big Mac. If you want a gourmet sandwich, maybe it's the meal that satisfies mom when the rest of the people are getting their quarter pounder, but you can't go anywhere else and get a quarter pounder. So make the quarter pounder as easy to get, as affordable as it possibly can be, as fast as you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
And those quarter pounders, we're getting them.
If I knew I could drive up and get a quarter pounder for like $4, I would probably do it more often. In fact, that Big Arch Burger that made all the news,
What is it?
With the Big Arch Burger,
Yeah, I don't-
it was just a thicker kind of version of a Big Mac, I think. Arch sauce, yeah,
Microphone.
it was good.
Arch sauce?
It had all it had a controversy because the CEO was online and he goes, check out this Big Arch Burger, and then went like nibble.
Like he didn't
Like
really
he didn't want to eat it.
Did he
and
lick
so
it?
it made this, it made waves. And I went and
I've
tried
heard
it.
it's
I thought
delicious.
that burger was really good. And so if you could give me a burger like that.
Can you still get it?
Probably. It's been a couple weeks since I've tried.
McDonald's chief restaurant experience executive Jill McDonald said in a statement that the new strategy will make its restaurants, quote, easier to run and more enjoyable to visit. I think that, I said to you, what's the way to get you to go to McDonald's more? Cheaper prices. 100% cheaper prices. But going back to the beginning of this conversation, the ability to go, every once in a while, I'll go through a McDonald's and the people running the window are just incredibly pleasant. And I want to, you're sitting there, it's like a 90-degree angle conversation the whole time. I want to sit and pivot to him and be like, I really hope you have a great day. I want good things for you. Thank you for being nice to me. And that you put that out there, that kind of flows into the world. Someone makes you happy, someone treats you with kindness, and you go, well, that made me feel pretty good. I'd like to maybe pay that forward. And emphasizing that, we're going to talk a little bit about Target as well. Some companies that you haven't really expected to have these types of values, I believe there's a strong shift towards maybe a little more normalcy. And I think it's just a snap back from everything that's been that fatigue that we all have from having to do all the right things every time you're put on the spot. I think people are getting a little tired of that. And what's going to end up making the money, before it was woke, what ends up making the money now is going to be a little more normal. So I'm all here for it. Ethan, Sports and Local next.
Ethan delivers the news in falsetto.
Yeah.
No?
Let's hear it, girl.
Well, let me tell you about this.
That T-string's a little too tight today, Ethan.
Speaking of having nuggets.
Dude. You have said way too many things involving me.
We're trying to get you to want to be in studio here a little bit longer.
And anything sexual today. I am not about it. I walked into studio, and what did you say?
I said, what's up, sex appeal?
And I was about to respond, and Andy said, wait.
Well, it's because I said you were doing it with a turtle earlier.
Yep. To which
a regular turtle, not a
Sports
ninja.
and local,
choice words
boys.
in our chat.
Sports and local.
How long can we go before sports and local has to happen?
No longer. Must happen now. The people want
Because it's
falsetto.
not my segment, it's her segment.
No, this is sports and local.
I know,
handing it to
but
you.
she's telling me it has to be.
Well, it should. She's right.
No, whatever. That's
Thank
fine.
you, Ryan.
No,
Somebody
I don't
please
know how to
clip that.
react right now. Ryan taking sides with Annie over Ethan. The Cardinals lost last night 7-4, the final score against the Texas Rangers. This is the third of four series that the Cardinals now have lost. 7-4, the final score last night. They had a lead early in the game, 2-0, fell behind 4-2, tied it up late, and had multiple opportunities to overcome the tie and win this game. They left 11 base runners on last night, and despite the 13 hits, were not able to even up the series. So the Cardinals now teetering a little bit, cooling down certainly. Nolan Gorman did hit a home run last night, broke out of a quiet stretch. Jimmy Crooks had his first RBI of the season, new catcher that the Cardinals just brought up recently. So they will be facing off against the Rangers in the third game of the series tonight, and then they will have Thursday off, and then more baseball at Busch Stadium over the weekend. The Cincinnati Reds are coming into town.
How are they doing these days?
You know, the interesting thing about the Central Division is pretty much everyone is right there around a similar mark. Everyone is still over 500. The Cardinals and Brewers were pulling away, but the Cardinals have cooled off a little bit. So 4 of the 5 teams are pretty much in the same spot. The Brewers have a little bit of a lead over the other 4 teams. But, yeah, the Reds have been playing good baseball of late. These 2 teams played just a couple of weeks ago, split a 2-game series, or was a 2-game series because of weather, in Cincinnati. So they'll have an opportunity to play again here. An attorney who sued St. Louis rapper Nelly in an ex-bandmate's copyright dispute has been ordered to pay more than $67,000 in legal fees after a federal judge imposed sanctions. On May 28th, a judge ordered Precious Fielder, the primary attorney for Nelly's former bandmate, Precious.
Prince?
The name of the attorney is Precious?
Precious Fielder.
That sounds like a rapper name.
It does. I actually thought that was going to be the bandmate's name. The bandmate's name is Allie Jones, something much more noble that you think would be a lawyer's name.
Boy, what a crazy world we live in.
I know. But either way, this federal judge ordered Precious, the attorney, to reimburse Nelly for $67,000, $67,586 to be specific, in legal fees incurred while defending the lawsuit. In September of 2024, the ex-bandmate, filed a federal lawsuit against Nelly claiming he misled bandmates about credit and royalties for 8 tracks on his breakthrough debut album, Country Grammar. That lawsuit initially sought $50 million and listed 3 other St. Lunatics members who quickly withdrew and said they did not authorize the lawsuit. Jones continued alone for a time, but moved to voluntarily dismiss the case in April of 2025, according to federal court records. So Nelly ends up on top of it. Kind of interesting.
Yeah. That's what we aim for here on the show.
That is indeed that is what we do, right, Annie? It is indeed.
Yeah, I had to tell you that yesterday.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a conversation.
Why are we even
regarding
talking
that.
about this? We could just say what it is and be over.
Of even speaking.
No, we can't.
Why are we doing a radio show?
We have to fill time. Literally, that's it.
In other court news, a judge recently ruled that Arch Apparel owes Ballpark Village over $300,000 in a default judgment.
That's more than even Precious owes Nelly.
I know, this is crazy, isn't it? Arch Apparel was directly across the street from Busch Stadium and actually was a pretty popular store, had some really cool St. Louis sports-themed gear in there. The ruling stated Arch Apparel did not appear at a scheduled court appearance on May 21st. Ballpark Village presented evidence and live witness testimony from its representative. The default judgment includes past due rent, additional rent, interest, late charges, and liquidated damages and fees, totaling to $316,000. They are obviously not there anymore. In its place is Tom Brady's sports card store.
Yeah, I just saw that Friday when I was with my son. And I keep saying this to people in my circle. I've said it maybe here on the show, but if you haven't been to a Cardinals baseball game in a while, if you're looking for something fun to do with the family, go to a game. Just go to a game. And if you are thinking about the cost of it or whatever, like I said earlier this week, I sat in section 446. We were in the very top row. Beautiful view of the stadium. We were looking directly down the third base line, and that home run / foul ball definitely was foul, and I knew it from the second it happened. I don't know if you know which one I'm talking about. But the view is stunning. The food was ballpark great. And right down at the bottom of the steps was this $5 hot dog, nachos, sodas. I don't know what else was all there.
Just lay it on the ground?
Yep, for $5.
Paid a visit to it last night.
And it's good. It's just good. It's good the way it used to be. And I think that I want to give the Cardinals credit for taking the time to acknowledge that things have gotten prices have gotten a little too out of hand in the past, to also pair it with maybe at least the last couple of years of less than winning baseball. They are winning, and it is affordable, and you should go and you should just soak in the good time. We need more good times.
2 hot dogs for $10. You can't really beat
Are you a
that
2
at
hot
the
dog
ballpark.
guy?
I mean, one's not enough.
How many hot dogs, if nobody's looking, how many hot dogs are you eating, Ethan?
Oh, gosh.
And it doesn't, it's money isn't
like
part
if
of
that's like the only thing I have to eat.
You're at a buffet.
You're on a desert island.
No.
Let's do this
With the hot
instead.
dog
If I
buffet.
was in the hot dog eating competition, how many could I eat? Let's do that because
I don't want to know how many you could. I want to know how many you do.
Yeah, you're not
Oh,
Kobayashi.
then
just
Unfettered.
I'm not doing more than if there's other options. Hot dogs are like the last option. Like I'm
What's
not.
my first ballpark food?
What's
It's
my
great.
first? Oh, it's your first.
My
Oh.
first. I don't really eat hot dogs other places necessarily, but I like a hot dog at a baseball
I'm
game.
gonna take a brat.
How many are you
eat one
eating?
Over. I could probably eat like 3 or 4 comfortably and just be like, all right.
3 or 4
I'm
would be a
feeling-
meal for you.
I could do 3 or 4. And I'm not bandwagoning here, but baseball stadium hot dogs are the best.
Yes, they are.
And I think I figured it out because I thought for a while, it's because they steam the buns and they do all this stuff. And I bought little like trinkets that do that in your kitchen.
You tried?
And I tried to replicate it and it
And you
didn't
couldn't.
work. You know what it is? Is that they just wrap them immediately. That's what they do. They
Lock
wrap
in
them
the
and
moisture.
they lock in it all, and then it all kind of steams itself inside of there, and that's why it tastes better.
It's like a mini crock pot for a hot
Yep.
dog. Everything kind of comes together.
I'm gonna push back against this a little bit. You guys ever had like a New York dog or a Chicago dog on the street?
Yeah.
I'm putting those above ballpark hot dogs.
I'd rather have a Busch Stadium hot dog.
I would too, just with ketchup on it.
What about you, Brad? How many hot
guys are
dogs are you
losers.
eating?
They each said 3 or 4, right? It's solid.
Your answer has nothing to do with their answer.
It's solid. It's a solid 4 for me. I mean, especially if you're talking about the course of a ball game and price isn't an option, I could eat 4, maybe even 5 of them.
How many tacos do you eat? If you're eating Taco Bell's if you're eating tacos from Taco Bell and that's all you're getting, someone has a taco
Why
spread.
do it have to be Taco Bell? The quality of tacos at
That
Taco
doesn't
Bell
because
suck.
because you don't go to
If they're
Taco
just
Bell for
mom's-
high quality Mexican
If they're just
food.
mom's like homemade tacos, I could eat 6 of them. They're so,
How many Taco Bell tacos are you eating?
I
If you're
mean,
ordering only tacos,
3
6?
or 4, 3 or 4.
3 or 4,
They're
crunchy
not
soft.
as good.
Struggling to get them down.
Are you struggling, Ryan?
Hating yourself all night.
How many tacos are you eating?
8.
Is that real?
Maybe.
No, it's not.
I don't know about today, but in my
You're
my
hungry. You're at
belly
Taco
prime-
Bell. You're
There was a time.
There was a time where
grande
I could,
combo and
I could go for
Maybe
it.
back during his hot tub days. Like,
Here's
Brad
a
is a
qu-
professional
ballpark.
Taco Bell employee. How many
oh,
how many
6. 6, yeah. There was a
Ryan's
grande
out eating you.
Yeah, there was a grande combo time in my day where it would be like 5 tacos and 5
Let's
bean
admit
burritos.
it's always grande tacos.
That you'd eat all of that?
Oh my god!
Well, Annie, I used to weigh 330 pounds. I
just
think I
don't-
got there eating lettuce. I made
Hey,
poor
Brad
decisions.
wins. Brad just won.
I wasn't. Okay.
Before we go, Jack in the Box tacos.
Yeah. How much have we drank?
How many? Yeah.
I'm not concerned about the tacos.
time
I'm
of day
concerned
is
about
it?
the
Absolutely has to be a
beverages.
drinking thing because I don't like them.
No?
No,
I've never
I won't
had 'em.
ever go to Jack in the Box
Nobody
and
likes
get
them, but
tacos.
sometimes you need them.
Yeah, that's a fact.
definitely a drinking
It's a
thing,
food
then.
group.
I can think of a few times where it was 1 a.m. and Jack in the Box was still open. You're like, you want to get some tacos? And you're like, in fact, I do.
Yeah, it's just there. And there's a little
They come in twos,
there's
though.
a little quarter size of meat that sits right in the middle of that tortilla.
It's such a good bite.
Like, oh, that's the bite. You just
I
go
would-
right for it, right
well,
in the
no,
middle.
like that's literally how I would eat a Jack in the Box taco. Is you just eat the little half circle
Yes.
of meat, cheese, and whatever that lettuce is called.
Right? It's like the center of a quesadilla.
A little bit of salsa that
what
or
the
something.
Yeah. Oh, you're 24 years old and you haven't eaten Jack in the Box tacos?
Have you even lived?
My go-to was always actually Taco Bell's cheesy bean burritos. That's what I went to.
I don't know about. Not like that's somehow lower than Taco or Jack in the Box
I didn't say it
tacos.
was. I just that was my go-to. We didn't have one in Bethalto,
No,
so I just went Bethalto.
I just feel like that would wreck my body if I ate that at night. But I'm also understanding that I was eating Jack in the Box tacos, so I don't know what my standards even are. In fact, I think there aren't any.
It's 1 a.m. Let's go to Jack in the Box. I don't know, my body.
How do you know I'm in my 40s?
I don't know what that's going to do to me.
Yeah. Okay. White Castle burgers? How many of those? None for Ethan.
I can tell you in the last month I probably did 10.
Shame on you.
And it was in that office, and Mark Cox got mad at me.
You. Because they smell terrible.
They did. They smell bad. And it
Brad?
was still the next morning, Mark shows up, and they had trash had been empty.
Brad, how many White Castles?
6, 7, something like that.
Bruh.
Bro.
Cheap shot.
6, 7.
All
Get no
together,
onions.
all of you guys, you eat that much junk right now. How is your body paying you back for it? Is there an event?
Absolutely.
Is there a
Yes.
pending doom?
I hate to
Still
admit
not there.
It's a week-long
Ethan,
thing.
it's coming. It's
Watch your
coming.
mouth. You watch
And
your mouth.
When it happens, you're going to be like, I'm old. I'm an old man. We'll be right
Not
back.
there
Don't
yet.
go away. The event is coming up here Tuesday, June 16th at the Doubletree Hotel in Chesterfield. It starts at 6:30. From 6 to 6:30, I'm going to get there ahead of time. I'd love to meet you, but you want to reserve your spot right now and fill up that room with Annie Frey Show listeners. You get to meet each other, of course, but I would love the opportunity to meet you. Mark Cox and Mark Reardon will be there as well to introduce you to Bob and Tammy Kershaw of the Retirement Advisory Group for a How to Create a Worry-Free Retirement seminar. Again, it starts at 6:30, but it's going to last maybe 45 minutes. This isn't sucking up your whole evening. He is, or they are going to explain to you the different tips and tricks you need to know to transition into retirement. It's a free event. It's free information. There are cookies and snacks along with it. And again, I'd love the opportunity to shake your hand, to get to know you a little bit before the event starts. Would you like to get a free personalized retirement income plan? This is the event for you. It's the Retirement Advisory Group's Protecting Your Retirement educational event, How to Create a Worry-Free Retirement, Tuesday, June 16th at the Doubletree Hotel in Chesterfield. Starts at 6:30. I'll be there at 6. Reserve your spot at 314-993-9494, 314-993-9494, online at retirementkey.com.
For years, Gone South has been a podcast about crime in the American South. But for our new season, we're widening the lens. Through deeply reported, narrative-driven stories, we're digging into the myths, scandals, and power structures that still shape the South, and, in a lot of ways, the country itself. Follow and listen to Gone South Season 5, an Odyssey podcast. Available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows.
Many of you know that my inspiration for becoming an accident attorney was my brother Tim, who was rendered a quadriplegic at age 18. I didn't know what a personal injury lawyer was or what they did, but I soon did. Tim was treated terribly by the insurance company, and I became enraged. It was a constant delay and deny. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Tim later worked with me for 27 years. Last year, my hero died at age 65. You can see my eulogy for him by visiting mybrothertim.com. He was one hell of a man. Because of Tim, together we built the largest injury firm in the world, and our clients are treated the way I would want my family to be treated. At Morgan & Morgan, nobody is a nobody and everybody is a somebody. If you need our help, visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer. See you soon, Tim. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The YouTube live chat poll today is, with just over 150 days to the midterm election, how much are you following day-to-day politics? More than ever, about the same, less than usual, or trying to avoid it? We are taking your comments on the stream and your texts at 314-241-9797. I tell you what, we have got a lot of texts about fast food now. So thank you for those. It is 2:35. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Happy birthday, America, in 2026. Get used to hearing the word semi-quincentennial on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. We're happy to be with you this afternoon. That YouTube live chat poll, we are asking you to vote in. With just over 150 days to the midterm election, how much are you following day-to-day politics? More than ever, about the same, less than usual, or trying to avoid it? I don't really think that I'm trying to avoid things, but I am trying to be more specific on story selection to make sure that it's what you want to learn more about, or maybe things that I think that if you didn't know about them right now, you definitely want to hear about it. Can you tee us up with some texts from the text line at 314-241-9797, Ryan?
Sure. This person just texted in response to the YouTube live chat poll about how much are you following day-to-day politics. Their answer is about the same. There is a lot of texts about fast food, and one of them says there should be no King's protests now at Burger King.
Yeah, they'll probably go get them for everybody. A round of crowns.
They're doing no Kings on on Trump's birthday. We could just start handing out nuggets.
The Crown Nuggets, the new Crown Nuggets. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, just a lot of people basically saying that they are following the news just about as much as ever. So I don't know what the results of the poll are going to be, but that looks to be the most common comment.
I think that the Spencer Pratt race in Los Angeles is so incredibly interesting. He's making it interesting. What do you think about, what are your thoughts about Graham Plattner, not the candidate, but how media, especially the media that we tend to watch, Fox and maybe more conservative outlets or conservative channels on X, whatever it might be. I really feel like they're trying to make Graham Plattner the face of the Democrat Party.
I don't know.
Is it the conservative GOP? I don't know if you would call Fox News conservative-leaning media. I think it's a fair assessment. I think they're fair. I do think that they're balanced in having both opinions present, but their primetime lineup is certainly very, very conservative. Are they the ones trying to make Graham Plattner the face of the Democrat Party, or is the Democrat Party trying to make? Is it on them?
I'm going to say it's neither. I don't think anybody's trying to make him the face. I think what's happening is, yes, right-leaning media is focused on Graham Plattner quite a bit because he does have a lot of problems. He is pretty crazy. He's got a lot of issues, and it is fair.
Or is it indulgent?
But the reason that they're doing it is because the Senate hangs in the balance, and Susan Collins in Maine is a big part of that. If you can defeat Graham Plattner in Maine, there's almost no road for Democrats to take back the Senate. That's why I think that they're doing that.
The results for the California governor primary as of maybe an hour ago, Steve Hilton leading the governor race as a Republican with 27 to 28%. Xavier Becerra, 25 to 26%. Tom Steyer in third at 19 to 20%. It looks like Steve Hilton's going on. It would have to be crazy for ballots to come in to put him behind Tom Steyer. The mayor race, Karen Bass is the incumbent. No candidate hit 50%. Early results with significant votes counted. Karen Bass is at about 35%. Spencer Pratt, about 30%. Nithya Raman at 22%. NBC News source says Bass will face a second-place finisher, likely Pratt, in November. I'm giddy over the possibility that there is a Republican-Democrat showdown happening in California.
I am too.
I'm going to wait and, maybe get into September-ish to decide if I think, based on whatever happens between now and then, that a Republican could actually win it. A Republican could win the governorship in California. It's been done before and not terribly long ago. Folks, the governor before J.B. Pritzker in Illinois was a Republican. Now, he wasn't Republican enough for Republican voters in the state of Illinois, which is why he got trounced. It's the conversation I want to have right now. Let's do hypothetical, in theory, conversation for the state of Illinois. What kind of person needs to run against J.B. Pritzker or whomever fills in his spot after he, throws his hat in the ring for president and whatever? What kind of Republican can win in the state of Illinois, across the state of Illinois?
It probably needs to be a Chicago Republican. It depends. We'll see how Bailey does. This is his second run, and if he does the same as last time, it's going to be obvious that you need somebody who's not a downstate Republican to do it, because you just need to pull Chicago. Chicago is going to decide the outcome of that race. So I don't know if it's just that you need a Chicago Republican, but you definitely need somebody who can talk to and motivate Chicago voters. And is that a Chicago Republican? I don't know, but it's got to be somebody who knows what they're thinking.
Pritzker won in 2022 over Darren Bailey by 12 points. The latest available head-to-head polls, Victory Research, that's old, but Real Clear Politics has a 20-point lead for Pritzker in that race.
I mean, that sounds about right.
Cook Political Report, Inside Elections, Sabato's Crystal Ball all rated a solid and safe Democratic election.
Yeah, there's a problem that's happened in blue cities and blue states since, what was Ronner, 2012 when he won?
Who?
Ronner?
18 is when he lost. 14.
14?
Yeah.
So since
Illinois' statewide are midterm.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be a presidential year.
So since then, and especially since COVID, you've had this mass migration of Republicans out of blue states and blue cities. So they've shrunk and they're bluer. And that's what's happened in Illinois. The state has shrunk population-wise, and it's bluer because Republicans are leaving.
So is California, in your opinion, further down this road than we are, to where Republican, that's what I'm trying to study in California. Do they have the right candidates? Is it so bad that it's I think Donald Trump won in 2016 because people so overwhelmingly was like, we are not voting for Hillary. I was one of them. Donald Trump was second to last. Sorry, Kasich, you were the loser of that bunch. In all of the primary people who ran, Rubio, my 2016 favorite, happy to have thought that he would be good presidential material then. And every time I see people in X going, you know who the real surprise is of this cabinet, Rubio. And I'm saying, nope, not a surprise to me. He was my guy. But then Rubio went and tried to beat Donald Trump on Donald Trump's turf with Donald Trump's rules and Donald Trump's game, and he fell apart miserably. He should have just kept being Rubio. I don't think he would have beat him anyway. And we're better for it. We are set up better for it because Donald Trump won there. But really, did not Donald Trump win that election because Hillary Clinton was such a miserable candidate?
Well, in the head-to-head for sure. Yeah. And the Supreme Court pick. I mean,
Yes.
that motivated a lot of conservatives.
A lot of Republicans who may
Yeah.
not have felt like stomaching the vote to say I stood behind Donald Trump. They were like, I am not doing anything to help Hillary Clinton. And I think in Los Angeles, on such a local personal level, that's the way people feel about Karen Bass. That's his key to pulling this thing off. I don't know if Steve Hilton is... I don't know if that's quite the same. Steve Hilton has been on the stump for a long time. He's very well presented. He's very common sense. He sticks to the correct message consistently. He just seems like he could really handle the job. And Becerra, I mean, gosh, I posted this last night on X, but you remember Eric Swalwell?
Oh, yeah.
Me either. Where is this guy? What is he doing anymore? You want to talk about crash and burn.
Yeah.
Katie Porter.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about her.
Yeah, think about these people who were sashaying right into the California sunset. And California was like, hard pass. No. Becerra, He's the Democrat Party pick. Tom Steyer, he's the Democrat billionaire pick. So he can just fund his way forever and ever, amen, into what he wants to at least try. His notoriety and his name ID is up because he keeps running for things that he can't win. He ran for president.
Spending $200 million on himself.
Because he can.
Yeah.
And the Democrats shake their fists at the right for being pro-billionaire. Come on. I just want to see California engaged in a real, actual fight for power, where they actually have to make a case and people are ticked off enough at what's going on that they're willing to listen. I don't know if they're willing to vote to show up, or to show up and vote for someone who might have an R or, in Pratt's circumstance, an I next to his name. I don't know if it's enough to convert them to become supporters of the opposition. But I think right now there is a case to be made in California that people are willing to listen to. And if it can happen in California, I think that it can happen given the right circumstances, the right ingredients in the state of Illinois.
I don't think numbers-wise you're going to see a Republican win in California, really anywhere other than areas where they've kind of gerrymandered it for Republicans. But they are changing the conversation, and that is huge. That is happening in California statewide. It's happening in Los Angeles, and Spencer Pratt in particular is talking about not just L.A., other than Palisades fires, that's local, but he is talking about every city in this country, and that is important to have him for.
We'll be back with your poll results next. AirComfortService.com. Your comfort zone's a phone call away, and if everything's working fine with your HVAC, that's great, but I encourage you to put this number, poke it into your phone right now, and just save it for a bad day when it's not working well and your comfort zone isn't comforting you. This is what you do. You call Air Comfort Service at 314-513-0091. 314-513-0091. I want to remind you that they provide 24/7 emergency service for you in your home, for mom and dad that you might be taking care of, especially in the summer when the heat gets popping outside. And you know that mom and dad, they're not going to call you when things are starting to get uncomfortable. And then, like, how bad does it get before it gets to your attention? If you want 24/7 emergency service from people who you can trust to come into your home, to come into mom and dad's home, to come into your place of business, you want Air Comfort Service. And it's a phone call away. That 24/7 emergency service, you can rely on them. We have 314-513-0091. Call 314-513-0091 and call the experts at Air Comfort Service. Find them online at aircomfortservice.com.
Hey, St. Louis, this is Brian Kilmeade. You know, I always have a great time when I visit you guys, and I'm coming back this November. So join me, Brian Kilmeade, by getting tickets for the show at The Factory at 971talk.com/events.
St. Louis, we've got a problem. Home care is in crisis and there aren't enough caregivers to meet the demand. So if you've got a loved one with Medicaid and needs care, don't wait. Freedom Care was built for this moment. We help you get care at home from someone you already trust, a family member or friend who can get paid to help with everyday needs like meals, medication, bathing, and mobility. If you have Medicaid, it's 100% free to you. No waiting lists, just real care from your people right now. Freedom Care handles it all, training, payroll, and support, so you can stay safe and comfortable at home, and your caregiver gets paid after every shift, guaranteed. With 97% satisfaction and over 150 million hours of care delivered, St. Louis families are already making the switch to care at home. Take care of your own and get paid with Freedom Care. Call 314-248-2449. That's 314-248-2449. 314-248-2449. 314-248-2449.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
A lot of comments on the YouTube today about my shoulders. Quick Rick said they look really sunburned. Do my shoulders look sunburned to you?
No.
They're freckly, as am I. They're not sunburned. They're tanned, which is why I'm wearing a sleeveless shirt.
Do freckle people tan? Or do they just extra freckle?
I think that you should think about how you speak about them and understand the grievance that you have just committed. Freckle people.
Okay, let me try to rephrase it.
Do people
freckly folk.
How shut up. How would you politically correct address freckly people? How does that you have to think about this. You need to think about how you present yourself.
Do freckle individuals, do they, them?
Those experiencing freckles.
Those experiencing freckled skin?
I think you're experiencing freckled skin right now.
I don't know. Am I? I just want to know the answer
She's
to that
a
very
blonde
base
lady.
question.
I can't stop thinking about you telling your nurse when asked, what does she look like? You panicked and said blonde lady.
I think she's like a blonde lady.
Again, I'm contractually not allowed to look directly at her.
Right. But now I've seen your shoulders, and I need an answer for all of us who are non-freckled.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to frecklies? That's what you call yourself, right?
What do you mean what happens to them?
When you have your meetings, it's like people do the Jeep thing, and you guys have your meetings for freckle people. Do you guys talk about suntans? It's a basic question.
First rule about freckly meetings.
You guys fight at them?
That's how we got these
Beat
spots.
each other up?
You want to know how I got these spots?
Those are all little cuts?
Yeah. I have a lot of freckles. Yeah. I have always been freckly. My face is very freckly, but I put on foundation so it looks smooth. Are you freckle? You have any freckles?
I think I have one freckle.
You know what's crazy?
It's right there.
That's a mole.
No, that's a little freckle right there.
You need to get that looked at.
It's melanoma.
Do you know that there is makeup that you can put on to add freckles?
I did not know that.
Do you know that, Brad?
Why would you do that?
I don't know, because I've grown up thinking that freckles were not like this. I mean, this seems like some sort of skin appropriation.
It does. It seems like there needs to be a movement in the country for freckled individuals.
Can we talk for a second about the generation that is growing up right now that will have a big zit on their face and they'll put a bright colored sticker on it?
Oh, I've never seen this before. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's weird.
Google pimple spot stickers. Google it right now. I mean, it's not even like, you remember, did you ever have like Biore, is that what it's called? They'd have like clear circles that you would put over pimples and you could put it on at night. And then when you wake up, it would have really calmed the sucker down.
Mm-hmm.
That was a private moment while you're sleeping and putting stickers on your face. Kids today will get, like a white kid will get black star stickers and put them on their face over their zits.
That's a little weird.
Why are you doing that? I see that, and it's common. You can go to Walmart and you'll see a cashier and they'll be checking you out, and it's like, oh, got the little thing right there.
That's odd. I like the days when a couple of hot nurses would get on the TV and tell you about Proactive. And you go, I guess I got to buy that because those girls will like me now.
Hot nurses.
You know what would be a funny sticker to have though is a sticker that did go all around the zit, but it was just a bunch of arrows.
That's what it is. It might as well. Google it. Are you Googling it?
No, I don't want to see that.
Google
grossness.
Starface.
Starface.
Yeah, I mean, I have purchased these to help because they're not just to cover it up. They're supposed to alleviate
Hydrostar hydrocolloid pimple
patches.
Patch.
Yes. So kids, knock your socks off while you're playing the video games at home. Put those stickers all over. But why are you wearing them?
Let me just add too that the people that they're using in these ads
are they hot nurses?
Freaking ugly. They're just picking the ugliest people they can find. You
can't say that.
Why do you do this now? Why is it popular to be like, oh, that person's unattractive. Let's use them in an ad. What happened? What happened to the hot nurses? Back to my point.
You are listening to Ryan Wiggins from the Mark Cox Morning Show. Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Did I get that right?
My name is Dan Buck.
Shots fired. Do you guys get the stickers? What
No,
would
I
have
don't
happened
understand it.
if you would have gone to Collinsville High School in 1996 with that sucker on your face because you had a zit?
I don't know.
Ridicule.
Probably.
Lots of ridicule.
Or just that you were owning it and being funny. That would be the only way to get away with it.
I don't get it, kids.
Now it's fashion.
I mean, I'm kind of like happy for you that you have this freedom in your life, but I don't get it. I can't imagine wearing a sticker on a zit in public. Oh my goodness. Everybody does it now. The YouTube poll, with just over 150 days to the midterm election, how much are you following day-to-day politics? Your response is trying to avoid it, 6% of you. So y'all aren't trying to avoid it. Less than usual, 9%. More than ever, 18%, 68% of you said about the same. So we will soldier on right there with you here on the Annie Frey Show and 97.1 FM Talk as we hand it over to our dear friend, Mark Reardon, up next.
So beat the drum with me. I'm not America's sweetheart.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by Audie and Hearing.
Frequent money conversations can be the secret to a successful marriage.
It could be monthly, it could be quarterly, whatever time period, frequency makes sense for the couple.
Open and honest discussions about money build a strong foundation of trust. Sandy Brager with Aspirient in San Francisco tells the story of one couple who has fun with the idea.
They would head off to a fancy dinner together and have what-if conversations.
I'm Rob Hart.
If you're struggling to hear conversations, TV, or the people you love, now there's an easier, more affordable solution without spending thousands. Audie and Hearing makes high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98 with free shipping and dedicated one-on-one support in the comfort of your own home. No doctor's offices, no pressure, clearer hearing delivered right to your door. Join over 1 million happy customers hearing life more clearly. Visit audieandhearing.com. That's AUD